I'm telling you. You just got to keep up, keep on.
Oh, man. I did it all days. I'm not going to be able to do it this
All
weekend.
day, every day. That's what you do.
All day, every day.
Lift weights up and down, put them back down.
It's crazy. He's
Yeah.
going for the Olympics.
Going hard.
He's going to be the
I'll be like,
oldest.
what's up, T-Mobile? Wake up, T-Mobile.
What is that?
Boss, I broke another one. Oh, it's Kevin Hart. It's a person you don't watch.
It's a person you don't watch.
He's like, you remember he's talking. He's like, I hate big
Can't get up
dudes. Big dudes that are big for no fucking reason. Like, I understand if you're like going for, I am going for a strongman competition. I'm training for the Olympics. But if you're big for no fucking reason, he's like, you just work at T-Mobile. Like, hey, welcome to T-Mobile. He's like, you break your fucking headset from going like that. He's like, he's like,
Yeah.
boss, I broke another one. This is why he's like, well, you're big for no fucking reason. He's like, I just want to go up to him and be like, yo, you won. Get out of here. He's like,
You won it all. Just get out.
So are you gonna be that guy like at the pharmacy? Like, here's your stuff in your bag. Like, just shove it in their face.
I need that strength to freaking move the pill. No, I'm going more for cut. I'm doing like doing a lot more reps and stuff like that
Got it.
for weight.
But just try to do something different for your biceps, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna figure out. I've been like
for the
watching
burn
some
quick,
YouTube
yeah.
videos and everything, and
It's already installed, so I'm good.
Telling you what happened. It'll happen. You'll like it. You'll be like, yay.
yeah. But I heard if you want that cut like right here, you have to do your shoulders.
Hell yeah, you got to do your
You
shoulders,
gotta
boy.
do this exercise, right, Rocco? You gotta live.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I fucking hate that
Yes,
one.
sir.
Yeah, dude. There's like,
It's like right here.
Yeah.
too.
You can do it in front too, and well, actually, that one's a different part of the shoulder. But yeah, so
there's
Oh,
an
yeah,
image in high school I remember, and that guy had like just a ripped shoulder, and that
That's-
was my motivation. I was like,
That's
I
me.
want to look like that. Like,
my shoulders. That's my shoulders.
Nice.
That's my shoulder.
Nice.
It was Rocco. It was actually a picture of Rocco.
Not the rest of my body, but my shoulders.
when he
at
was
least.
18, and I was like, I don't know who this kid is, but those shoulders are nasty, and I want them. Yeah.
God.
Speaking of nasty, those are pretty nasty headphones you have on.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Dr. Dre. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna tell you in your face. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
He's
shit.
got that blue like his eyes, and boom, boom, boom. Cause he's a crystal in the skies. I'm gonna tell you. Tell you.
I that was really nice. Can you sign us off like that?
Sure. Let's
Okay.
go.
This whole podcast, I want you to think about what you're going to be saying, but I want you to beatbox us
He's gonna be
out.
so nervous now.
And I will-
I'm gonna be so nervous now.
The
I'll be
whole time we're like, Rocco,
oh,
what you think about this? You'd be like, I don't know.
Guys, I don't know what to do.
Guys, I saw Marvel Civil War last night.
Okay.
I
talked to a guy at Home
You
Depot
just
said he
come.
saw it too.
It's amazing.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
It is
what he said.
absolutely amazing.
If it reaches a clay seal of approval, then it's gonna be even more amazing.
There you
Boom!
go.
Clay seal of approval. It is amazing.
Seal of approval.
Yep.
Done and done.
You guys ready to start this?
Start this thing.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hostess with the mostest, your friendly neighborhood podcaster, Clayton Kisco, and I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom gamers.
Yes.
With us on this podcast, we have the bad boy himself, Cop Show's #1 fan, Mr. Olympia, Steve Landis.
I like it. I feel like it should be.
Next up is the heartthrob. Every
That's
man
right.
wants to be him and every girl wants to be with him,
And
a.k.a.
on.
backdoor, a.k.a. headphones,
AKA slick hair.
a.k.a. slick hair.
AKA makes the 4 eyes look good. AKA blue earphones looking. I don't know.
a.k.a. earmuffs, Rocco Avellino.
AKA big mug of coffee.
Yeah.
AKA big giant dildo, Mike.
Uh-oh, that's true.
That's too
just-
far.
Too far, Steve.
Too far.
Way too far.
I think
You just
it's
made it all
far enough.
awkward, Steve.
Yeah.
You just made it awkward.
a
Now there's
little
that
nervous.
silence.
I had a
Nervous.
chub.
Brought
and you
the
just ruined
brought
it.
the show to a screeching
Now,
halt, man.
strange. I feel strange now.
And last but certainly not least, we have the former man formerly known as the Enigma, The man
He's
that
looking
was in
this
the
up on
mask.
his phone right now. He's like, I typed up the summary really good.
No, I completely forgot. Ian, you like texted me a really funny nickname, and I forget what it was.
Oh, the wild card.
The wild
Yes,
card.
that's a good one. That's a good
Wild
one. I like
card
that one.
bitches. Ian Kane.
That's
The
right.
wild
What's up,
card.
guys? Oh, gotta do my bow. Bam.
Yeah. I
Guys,
like that,
This is
the
a very
wild card.
special episode. This is completely sponsored and brought to you by Sir David Fry.
Oh yeah, absolutely true.
He's been knighted.
He has been knighted by the Maelstrom
Nice.
Gamers. Guys, he's officially the first extra Maelstrom Gamer that we've ever had that has supported us. He put $20 into the Patreon.com fund.
Got it.
And with that gets a slew of things. Okay, including not like just
Please,
non-stop
unlimited too.
non-stop shout-outs of his name during this episode, David Fry, David Fry. And on top of that, he gets the episodes early, and then David Fry also gets to hop on to Skype before we even start this podcast and gets to talk to us, David Fry. So this is going to be great, and I'm really excited for David Fry to have done
Is he getting
that.
on? Like
And
now?
not right now, but
No.
whenever he wants. If he wants to wake
Okay.
up at, I guess his time would be 8 in the morning.
That
when
would
we
be
film
awesome.
it.
Have him on for a special guest.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He gets it, man. So he put $20 a month. He's gonna get all these rewards every
Right.
month.
You
So
got
at least one episode a month, David Fry will be brought to you by David Fry. So thank you, David Fry, and thank you for becoming a Maelstrom gamer. So hopefully
Yes,
we
thank
can,
you so much.
yeah,
And
we
go
really
fuck yourself,
appreciate it.
David.
It was
Uh-oh.
super cool. I also
There you go.
heard David Fry has a beard, which I'm
Yes.
really like proud of.
Wait, is this the same David Fry that shit his pants? That one David Fry?
Yes.
We're not
Okay, just checking.
We're not gonna talk about David Fry like that.
Yeah, David
Okay,
Fry,
he's
the most
Fry
amazing-
doesn't shit his
the
pants. I
most-
mean,
the
unless
most
David
amazing
Fry
man in
wants
the
to shit
world.
his pants. But beyond
He
that,
wants to
like,
shit his pants. He can
The
shit
best
his
part
pants.
is he called me up. He's like, "You used my fucking story."
Yes,
I was like, "I sure did."
that's awesome.
Yes, it is.
that's good.
So look, David Fry, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And look, if you guys want to be a David Fry, it's very simple. You can go on to Patreon.com and you can throw us a couple dollars, as little as $1, as much as like David Fry did, $20,
Yep.
and each different level will give you different rewards. For instance, David Fry's gonna get his name just thrown over all of this episode and a bunch of other stuff. But it's okay. You can just give us this little dollar, and then we can give you the episode early. On top of that, you can go onto YouTube and throw us just some money, not wanting rewards, because YouTube's fun like that. And if you don't have money, that's cool too. You can still be a great Maelstrom Gamer supporter by going on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. Support, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We would really appreciate it. And actually, like, the more I say this, I feel like the more people are doing it, and we're getting some really great comments, whether it's League of Legends, whether it's Flat Earth, whether it's politics, what have you. We've been getting a lot of great comments and discussions going on. So it's really cool. And then when we respond, it's really just Maelstrom Gamers, and I don't know which one of us is the Maelstrom Gamer that is responding, but I can kind of tell on tone and, like, who's
Yeah,
being
me
a
too.
dick.
It's still,
So, like, when
it's still like it's the mystery because any one of us could be the one that's replying back, but we
Yeah.
have to like read into the message and be like, I gotta figure out who it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
That
I
one's
know it's Steve. Yeah, I know
That
it's
one's
Steve.
me.
When someone's like, "This is dumb," I'd be like, "Well, you're an idiot," and like, I'm like, "All right, well, Steve
like,
responded
that's
to that
There's
one."
Steve.
And then
That's
like,
Steve.
I try to be more like, I'm like, "Well, thank you for the comments." Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. You know,
That
try
would,
to-
that would be Clay.
yeah. So you guys can figure that out too. It's a fun little game.
I mean, we could do that, or we could just put like hashtag Steven, or
sure.
I mean, what do you want?
I'm just gonna.
Or is it just
hashtag
fun
Steve.
just figuring out who it is?
Yeah, it might be just be
Leave
fun
it as a
to figure
mystery.
out. Yeah, leave it as
Okay.
a mystery.
Um,
I'm just
on
gonna be a big asshole now to everyone. Be like, "Oh, that was." Steve."
no.
And if you like what you're seeing and like what you're hearing, you guys can also watch us play video games on Twitch sometimes, but mainly it's on YouTube, on our youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. We have been streaming a ton. Dark Souls, Division, Overwatch is coming down the pipe. We're doing League of
Smite
Legends
too as well.
What is it?
Smite.
Smite, yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot of different games. We want to hear from you, but we also want to play with you. We're not
Yeah.
the best, but we're certainly not the worst. We are entertaining, and we want to play with you guys because that's entertaining. So hop on, be a Maelstrom Gamer, play with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Let's get started because that was a long-winded intro.
And about that one, I know that we were going to put it up there somewhere, but my what do you call those? Your tag, your whatever.
Yeah, your gamer tag.
Your handle. handle too, or
Handle,
whatever.
yeah.
Mine's Asun. If you guys want to invite me on PlayStation 4, that's AESUN. So
What I'll
that
do
one.
is I'll start putting those in the comments below.
I'm not
You got
throwing
it.
mine out there. I'm actually gonna change mine. So
We all
I made
know
mine when
yours.
I was like 16. So
Oh, what is it? So
Oh,
it's like
there goes
420
Steve.
X
No.
big
No,
X.
I'm not saying it. It's all good.
I'm saying
I'm
it.
changing
I'm
it.
saying it. Abusive 69.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go get
Abusive
it.
69 XX 420.
Yeah, XX420,
Yes,
like
XX420.
triple big. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here.
All right,
Before I cross
let's
that line.
let's get this started, David Fry.
Yeah.
My topic was
Yes.
when I went to go see the Marvel movie called Civil War. I don't know if you guys heard of this.
No. What movie is that?
Yeah.
Is that a new franchise?
It's a brand new franchise from these little comic book creator guys.
Very interesting.
Nobody
Nice.
big or anything. But when I was going there, I realized I went with like 3 other people, and just that alone, I realized that everybody had a different way of going about their movie experience, and it starts from the inception of deciding that you want to go to get a movie, go to see a movie, to the very end, right? So let me just kind of paint you a tiny picture as to what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because I want to ask you guys what your ideal movie experience is.
Okay.
And I know this might not be interesting maybe to some, but I think it's fascinating to see, like, for instance, there's like the way you get tickets. Like, I personally don't care about getting tickets beforehand. I get tickets when I get there, but there's a group of people who are buying tickets like religiously on Fandango.
Yeah.
Which I can see the benefit, right? And then it goes to like what time you get there, for whatever instance,
Like
whether
ahead
it's,
of time,
yeah,
like
whether it's like seats or whether
kinda
you want to see the
convenience
previews
thing
of
you
the
buy.
previews. Yeah, yes, what kind of things you
Your
buy,
routines.
yes, your
I gotcha.
routines, what kind of seats you like, IMAX versus 3D versus 2D,
Got it.
yeah, stadium versus regular, divey versus huge. What you do when you watch, is pee breaks a thing? Do you stay throughout the whole credits? And then from there, do you stick around standing in the hallway, or do you like just jet out of there? So
I gotcha.
I want to know what you guys kind of do, what you guys are feeling.
Do you want to paint the story first, or do you want us to just jump in there?
No, I don't want to be biased. I want to hear what you
All right.
guys.
Let
Can I
this man
start?
go. Because he raised his hand, so I guess he goes
Yep.
first.
All right,
I raised,
go ahead.
I raised, I
Gonna call-
raised the sand.
This isn't fucking.
All right, I go watch movies all the time. I do like going on Fandango and stuff like that. The only thing I don't like is, I
David
guess
Fry.
you pay an extra David Fry. You pay an extra convenience fee, like I think it's like $5 or $3.50 for a convenience fee just from getting it off Fandango. So you
Not a
pay,
ticket, right?
not for not per ticket. No.
Oh,
That
okay.
thing. You just pay for a convenience fee.
Piece of
for that.
shit.
Oh,
But I
know
do
that.
like getting it. Nowadays, there's my favorite, I guess, would say movie experiences. They have assigned seats now that you can go online. You can pick your assigned seat,
Fuck yes.
and so you know it's already gonna be there. You can show up right on time if you want to.
Yes.
Like right when the movie's about to start. You can even miss the previews. You can still go on there.
Those are select
the
theaters,
seats.
though.
Yeah, they're in select theaters. Yeah. But we have one by our house. So I'm actually
Make sure
pretty
you
lucky on that.
explain what you do too, because do you actually, when you get those assigned seats, do you skip the previews, or do you get right on time, or do you still show up early?
I show up early all the time, dude. I show up like
Yeah.
30 minutes before, or
Yes.
sometimes 45 minutes
Nice.
before.
Gotcha.
I just want to make sure like I got everything. Girls got everything. We got popcorn, just everything, just sitting there. I don't care. I can sit there just on my phone playing a video game until the fucking movie starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like getting there early, knowing that everything's gonna be fine.
What are you looking
Set
for
up,
to get there early? What is that you're looking for?
Oh, initially it was to get good seats first, and
Yeah.
then just make sure like scope out the area and make sure that nobody's gonna be sitting behind you or something like that,
Gotcha.
or kicking you, or you're like, does this guy
Seat
look like
selection.
he's gonna be moving a lot? You know what I mean? Like I hate the people that like you're like you think they're gonna be moving a lot? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
And
funny.
I
don't
do-
even-
I
that's
do
not even a
scope-
tactic, but it's great.
I do because like otherwise I'll hear Amber the entire movie like this guy's fucking kicking me, I'm like, and I gotta calm her down. If she said something, I'm gonna end up getting
Love this.
shot. So like, because
It's
that's
all
how
played out in
people
your
are
head.
nowadays. No, seriously, it's all played out in my head. So like, I scope things out, you know, and then I try not to sit next to like kids or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Especially too because they talk more than anything.
Or tall people right
Yeah.
in front of you.
Oh,
That's
I guess that would be like,
I look at that.
yeah. I mean, with the assigned seats though, like you recline and shit now, so like you
Nice.
recline and everything, and they're like, there's almost
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lazy boy, dude. It's so sick now.
You're a fancy.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
you're going to a fancy place.
You're a fancy
That's
place.
not fancy.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's
actually
fancy.
same-
That's fancy pants.
Yeah, you have,
bro.
and I bet you have stadium seating, which is like there are like
And
below
that's
you,
super.
right? Like
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
just,
it's like
okay.
concave. It's
Yeah.
like concave.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
just
like
the
those
norm, though. If you
No.
don't have if you don't have a movie theater that doesn't
That-
have stadium seating, then you guys are back in the '60s and you need to renovate your shit.
But to some people,
I'm
they
just
don't.
saying.
To some people,
It's
they
like
don't care.
flat and just a bunch of fold-up chairs.
Yeah.
For some people, their movie going experience is going to like the Bruin View and get like
Okay.
a $2 like movie and go into those like but they don't care because they're drinking beer and just like watching an old shitty movie. So I'm just curious. Yeah. So okay.
Gotcha.
But my favorite thing is it also matters on what movie I'm gonna see too. Like if it's an action-packed movie, kind of like like Marvel and stuff like that, or any kind of like superhero movie, I want to go see it in RPX because I like the loud sound. I like feeling like I'm in the action.
What's
I
RPX?
just- RPX is like
The real sound kind of thing. Like-
real player experience or something like that.
Huh.
Or-
But he's making bullshit up, dude.
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I have to look
Rolling
it
Real
up.
player experience.
Yep.
Something like that.
Because that's how you spell experience.
Is it the sound system? You're just talking about really
We're
amazing
gamers,
sound,
that's how
like
you spell
amazing sound
experience.
system. Steve, is that what that is?
Yeah. It's really RPX Corporation. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, that. But if I want to go see like a funny movie, I do like a lot of people around.
Okay.
I like a lot of people around because I like that group laughter that you get. Like someone else
Feed
is
off
laughing
that.
with you. You feed off that and everything like that. Kind of like doing that with my dad too. Whenever he laughed, I would laugh and everything. So
Nice,
it's like
yeah.
that kind of experience. But that's based off on that experience. And then pretty much, yeah, I am the person that will sit there at the end, especially on Marvel, waiting for that
Credit
trailer
scene?
to come up in.
Now, do you do
Amber
this?
can't stand
Hold
it.
on a second, though. Do you just do this for the Marvel and like the comic book like movies, or do you do this
Well,
for every movie?
Well, no, just the Marvel comic books. Something's
Okay.
going to come up, and,
Okay.
or you're hoping something will.
So you won't sit for the credits, like if it wasn't expecting something at the end of the.
Right, I wouldn't.
So
Yeah.
I used to be the same way, but then I started to get like, especially knowing Alan, he's on visual effects. Like I've built
Yeah.
appreciation for those people and what they've done. And I like to just, if I have time, if I'm not trying to jet out of there.
So
sit
that's
there
what
and
I
watch.
think about. I think about Alan too. Whenever I think about it at the end, and I think about how I'm gonna just dip and not watch those and be like, Alan,
Fuck that guy.
I'm just kidding.
That guy.
That's the reason why I leave.
Fuck
Because I want to
A-Train.
see people like Alan up there.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Cool. All right, so Rocco, what is
Okay,
your...
yeah. So I'm like Steve-O said, I will definitely buy my tickets online too as well. I don't know what it is about that. I think it's because it's just like I have a family now, so it's like a lot about planning and being like ahead of the game instead of just kind of showing up and then getting those tickets. And if the movie's not there, I gotta like it's okay because I'm not with a family. I could pivot and do a different movie. But with a family, it's like, okay, if Good Dinosaur isn't there and I don't get to see that, there's no other G-rated movie out there that I'm gonna be able to go watch. And if it's slammed, then that's gonna suck. So I buy my tickets ahead of time, and then I'd say that I show up probably about 30 minutes early too, like Steve-O does. Make sure I get all my I always get some type of sour candy. It's iffy on the drink, and then sometimes on the popcorn, only if I have like it's either my son or my wife. Those two, like, they love their popcorn, so I'll just get the
David
popcorn. David Fry. Then definitely seat selection, just because like get there early for seat selection because we don't have a like assigned seats kind of place. Like it's not fancy pantsy like Steve-O's. So we do have stadium seating though, so I guess it's a little fancier than Clay's.
No, I've stadium seating. I'm just saying.
Okay, I got you.
There's other I know of places.
So we'll go a little early for seat selection, and then I love to watch the previews. Like for me, that's awesome.
My
Like
favorite.
I get to see the new stuff that's coming around the corner, get excited about it. A lot of the times, it's not like I'm sitting there in front of my desk and watching movie trailers to see what's the new movie coming up. So, like, I get informed sometimes as late as just going to the movie and then seeing the stuff that's
Right.
coming out. You know, I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. Like, can't wait for that.
Did you guys know they're making a Batman v Superman movie?
It's
It's like coming out soon.
Yeah.
oh man, it's coming out next week. I didn't even.
All right, but like I know you guys are like that. Can I stop real quick? I know you guys
Yeah.
are like that. But I mean, do you guys really think it's necessary to have 30 minutes of previews?
Yes.
Okay.
I wish
Okay,
it was
because
45
I'm that
minutes.
guy. Because I was literally in a movie theater one time. We went there to go see the new Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man one, and we literally were going through the whole entire movie things, and we were like, literally, you hear people like next to you and everything going, "My God, like, are these previews gonna end? And all of a sudden, a Spider-Man trailer comes on for the movie that we're gonna about to see, right? And as soon as the thing ends and everyone's quiet, I go, can't wait to see that movie. Everybody just fucking cracked up laughing.
Okay, to your point
I
too,
just think-
Steve. Are they realistically 30 minutes long? Because I really think that
They
they're kind
are.
of like 20 minutes is like a previews, and 20 minutes of previews is fine for me because that's like 3-minute movies, 4 3-minute movies kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
and I like to watch about 4 previews before I get in there, and it might be more than 4 previews, but I do get excited about those previews for sure. If it's 30 minutes, well, I mean, you're 30 minutes ahead of time. Hopefully, it's not like landing
no.
somewhat close to the same time that it's the movie starting. Like maybe because
Yeah.
I guess they start the previews like kind of at 2:00. Do they or no?
Like if the movie starts at 3, the preview starts at 3. From my
That's-
understanding.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
so then you'd be
Yeah.
30 minutes deep. I guess 20
Yeah.
like 20 is like the max that I'd want to go with that. But
All right, keep going.
love the movie. Don't stay for the credits. I like to dip like right away, honestly. Like if it's a Marvel, if it's a comic book one, then I'll stay.
Okay.
But if it's not, like Steve-O said, I'm gonna be out because we won't make a pee break. We'll do the pee break before the movie because
Yeah.
nobody's leaving during the movie.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking during the movie. We'll be also making sure that we're not sitting around people that are gonna have their phones out too, because that drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
it drives me
It's
nuts. just
blinding.
because
If you
it's, like,
see it like at the if you
Yeah.
see it out the corner of your eye,
It's
it's
distracting.
blinding, dude.
my
It's annoying
I'm
as
like
shit.
I do that.
my eyes are like light sensitive, so like that does fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like I prefer for people not to be throwing out their phones because it will distract me. But
Now, are you guys? I was gonna say, are you guys like the type of person that if you do go into a movie and all the seating's taken up except for the front row, are you that person that'll like, fuck, we'll just go at a later time, or would you guys sit in the front row?
I wouldn't sit in the front row.
I've
I
done
can't
that
stand
before,
it.
and it's a bad.
It's
Yeah.
so bad. Your neck, you're like this.
Yeah.
I
I'd be like,
watched.
Stuff's going on. You're like,
Yeah,
What's going on?
I actually sat in the front row for what is it? Lord of the Rings, and it
Oh.
was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible because it was so packed, and
I
I'm
mean,
like,
it's never good, man.
and I literally like I got to see. I felt like I didn't even get to see the movie because like
Yeah,
my
'cause, like-
head was flying around, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. This is just fucking terrible.
You're trying to find out where the action is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was.
That's.
It was
I don't
horrible.
even know why they have fucking front row seating. That's so bad.
Yeah.
There's more money.
Okay, real quick, because we gotta be fast. But Ian, what's your?
I actually just have two. It depends on what theater I go to. Like a normal movie theater, I'm the type that gets there about when the movie starts. I don't buy my tickets online though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am a kiosk guy. You know that at least at my
Yeah.
theater they have little kiosks off the side, and we
Yeah.
just went the like
Yeah, one
I
for
don't know.
50 Shades of Grey. Thank you.
One,
Just,
like he said, one. He's going
Ian.
solo.
My Ian Kane is in it. Thank you, Ian
yeah,
Kane.
yeah,
David Fry.
Different.
But yeah, so just like a week ago we went to the movie theaters, and literally it was a Thursday night, and it was packed, and there was just a line of people and waiting to get tickets, and the kiosk is right there off to the left side. No one's at it. I'm
No
like,
one's at
fuck
it.
this. And I'm
Exactly.
like, yeah, so I always just go to the kiosk and get my tickets, get inside, and I don't stay for credits. Right when we see like the credits about to come on, I'm up. I'm like, I'm out. Fuck this. we're
Wow.
gonna beat traffic.
He's like
yeah.
he's out like 3 minutes before the movie ends.
No.
yeah. He's like, I know it's coming. I
He's
know
like-
it's coming. I'm
So the
like,
Lord of the Rings kind of threw you for a loop because like, they had like 5 endings.
Well, I don't like large crowds. I'm not a crowd person, and
Yeah.
and not only
What are
that,
you doing
like
in a movie
I
theater?
I know,
I think that's
but
probably
like
why he shows up like right on time, so he doesn't have to deal with it all like before the movie's going on.
It's true.
But we try to get there a little bit before the credits start. I do enjoy them, just like Rocco. That's how I get to see my
Yeah.
trailers and stuff. I don't really watch them and like Google them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we have another theater here where it's like Steve-O's, where you can kind of choose your seats. You can do it online, and honestly, there's no bad seat in the house because you have these big lazy boys, and
Yeah.
you have servers that come and bring you
Fancy.
food and beer and stuff. It's really
Fancy,
cool.
fancy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
those
one
are
on
nice
theater like
theaters.
that out here.
I know what one he's talking about, but that's not the one that
It's
I'm
like-
by.
They call them
Uh,
iPicks sometimes, I think.
I call it I want. I want
Cinemas.
close to me.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
like
I love it
hashtag.
too because they'll have drinks. they'll have
Yeah.
drinks that are like named and designed after
Real
the movie.
quick, I want to ask guys a question real quick before we end this one. Do you guys think it's cool to have alcohol inside of movie theaters?
Fuck yes,
What do you
I was
guys
just
think?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I want
You do?
like a cocktail.
So what
while
happens when you get that
drinking.
drunk guy that doesn't shut the fuck up and he's
Oh,
inside the theater with you,
that
and
kinda sucks.
and then he's drunk now. So when you go to say something, it's like he thinks he's in a bar. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
that's gonna definitely be the case. Like, there's gonna be.
Have
You're
you guys
giving-
experienced? I've only been to those kind of theaters like a couple times. I've never experienced that.
I've only been to one, and it was fine in that one, and it was like I had 2 beers, which is something that's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine over the span of the 2-hour movie. But I know there's going to be people that are going to abuse that, and they're going to have 10 beers in that 2-hour movie, and then you got a drunk guy sitting
you get him
behind.
kicked out. You're like, yo, this guy's drunk. Get him out of here.
Well,
You guys want a
I mean,
pregame and go to the movie?
Yeah, like that's like I could just see that happening too, like because
Well,
it's
and
going to
I-
create that to be the atmosphere, you know.
I haven't ran into that yet, but I would think it would be more along the lines of the server or the bartender
Yeah.
to regulate that.
And it's like a restaurant too, Rocco.
Yeah, that's
not a
true.
bar atmosphere, I would say.
Right,
Yeah.
it would be more of like a restaurant atmosphere.
And that's what it is. Yeah,
And
it's enjoyable.
which is also great because that means 18 or younger can't be anywhere
Yes.
around there. So you can go see a
Yes.
PG-13 movie or a PG movie and not worry about annoying teenagers or like them running around being dumb.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then they also like they're like, now seating, blah, blah,
Wait,
blah.
wait,
So you
wait,
can sit at the
wait,
bar
wait.
until your movie's ready.
People under 18 can't be around there. What do you mean? Like
No,
they can't
so
be in that
certain-
movie theater?
Yeah, so certain movie theaters cut them off after like 7.
Oh, okay.
Because and there's a bar section, which means they also can't be a part of. So there's a whole section for just adults that
Yeah.
don't have to be around teenagers and like
Yeah.
kids and stuff. So you
That-
don't even have
that's
to worry about
understandable.
that.
Yeah.
It's really worth it. I really like that. You get to pick your own assigned
You know,
seating, just like an airplane.
You know what's
like,
funny is that I'm always going to a family movie and I'm grabbing a beer. It's like Good Dinosaur, give me a beer. And they're like, you're not even here for like, it's like, yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but give me a beer.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm a
It's
father, man.
11:30.
Dude, I don't blame you, man. That sounds
You
awesome.
just need it. You need to relax. I'm here to watch a kid movie. There's a ton of little shits screaming and yelling. I just want to drink.
Before we wrap up, I just wanted to go down the line really quick. What is your food of choice when going to the movie theater?
Ooh.
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Maybe Rocco was gonna say that.
I know it's not a food, but
No, that's a food. No,
that's
candy
definitely
or-
selection.
Yeah, no, I want to know your.
I like
select-
those
and-
snow caps.
Ooh, snow caps.
What else is it that you get? Do you just get snow, like no drink, nothing? Like what is your?
I mean-
what is your setup?
Oh no, just Sour Patch Kids.
Just Sour Patch
Yeah.
Kids. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I
I
wasn't
usually have
expensive.
a water bottle tucked in, like stuck in my pocket or something like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. It's like I can't just buy a drink. I can't buy a drink somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like I'll
I'm
just
the-
go thirsty.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that gets Chipotle and puts it in Amber's pants, and then
fucking-
not pants, purse. Sorry. I was like,
Gross. It's greasy and
Whoa.
gross.
Whoa.
I hope it'd be the pocket.
Let me put this burrito down your pants.
Hold this burrito in your pants.
Be like,
Purse. And I'm
feel
the
like-
I'm the asshole that opens it up, and this entire theater smells like.
I
Chipotle.
hate you.
yeah.
I
that's-
hate you.
It smells so good. And they're
Someone
like, where'd
did-
you get Chipotle?
Someone did that with
They have
Subway,
bowls
and it was
in
right in front of me, and it was a fucking, it was a meatball sub, and it smelled like atrocious, and it was
it smelled
Subway, so it
atrocious?
smelled
That'd be the
terrible.
worst.
And the whole time you hear them unwrapping it.
Yeah.
It's like, shh.
I hate. That's the
Alright,
one
but
thing.
that's
It's
not
like, I'm
Subway, though.
terrible with the whole plastic thing. I'm like the worst with
Even
that.
Chipotle, dude, I don't want to smell your beans and cheese sauce burrito. Get out of here.
Steven will
You know
feel.
what?
He looks offended.
I'm gonna look for you. And I'm gonna sit right next to you.
Come on, motherfucker.
I want everyone in the back getting drunk. Like
I'll
getting
kick,
your
I'll
seat.
kick your feet. Yeah,
I'll kick your feet.
I'll kick your seat.
did, so-
Okay, so you take everything. Okay, so what, Ian? What is your setup?
Honestly, my wife and I might get a soda and we'll split that, but I'll get like the snow caps, and that's about
That's
it.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
I do the
Or- and if-
nachos. My wife and I
Nacho.
split half Dr Pepper, half cherry Coke.
Like together. Like
Yeah,
You
we,
know?
yeah, we like
Oh,
we
it's like
split
a
that up,
swirly
and then
thing?
we split that.
okay.
Right.
Do
Like, put it together and
do you
then
put anything in her pants?
I don't
When
put
you're
any,
going-
I don't. Well, she puts like M&Ms in her pockets because she likes popcorn, and then we'll
Okay.
we'll sprinkle either Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, or a combination of both from like
Over the popcorn?
yeah on the popcorn, and so we're
No.
eating popcorn with.
No, no, no. You putting
Chocolate and
chocolate
popcorn?
Yeah, dude, it's
Chocolate and
delicious.
pop. Dude,
That's probably really good.
Dude, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
I'm not even
That's
kidding
probably pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. I'm not even kidding.
You know what my wife likes on her popcorn is jalapenos.
Wow, that's different.
Oh, do you
That
put
would be
jalapenos
good,
on your
too.
nachos and cheese?
I don't put
What's that?
jalapenos. I don't.
Oh, dude, you're missing.
I can't. I know. I used to, but I can't take spicy food anymore.
Heartburn.
Yeah, that and other
Bro,
stuff.
you getting old?
Yep.
You getting old, man?
I'm
getting
getting very
heart-
old.
I thought it
So
was a
is
heart
my
attack. It's like I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah, he's gonna be shitting in an alley again.
Yeah. Guys, guess what? Guess what?
Oh man.
That
David
episode was brought to you by David Fry. David Fry, thank you for bringing this
David-
episode to
David-
everyone. We really appreciate
David
it. We
Fry.
love you. We love your beard. We can't wait to talk to you. Let's go on to our next topic. Steve, you have the mic.
Okay. My topic is if you can have any animal in the world, completely domesticated, real or fictional, what would it be?
Any animal in the world, real
A liger.
or fictional?
Or fictional,
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, and it's like, do we have to worry
completely
about,
domesticated.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna-
Complete- that's what I'm
A
saying.
dragon.
Completely domesticated.
A dragon.
All right, why a dragon, Rob?
Yeah, that was easy.
Because you could fly on it. You could saddle that thing up. It's
All right,
domestic.
where are you gonna put the dragon in your yard?
No, we didn't ask questions like that. I mean, that was part
Ah, I'm asking the questions.
well.
Yeah, that's
Well, if I have a
possible.
freaking dragon, I'm gonna figure out some way to make some good money, and I'm gonna build a huge ass place for that
Castle.
dragon. To be able
He's
to
Are you gonna build a
castle with a mountain that the dragon have a huge cave.
It
and
could be a
live-
small dragon.
All right, what's the dragon gonna look like?
No, it's not gonna be a small
green?
dragon. It has to
I'm
be
just
able to
saying
ride
they could help.
like a
fit-
medium-sized dragon. And what'd you say? What color?
Is it gonna be green or is it gonna be like
No.
Sephora or not?
It's
It's
Sephora,
gonna be
Pink.
blue
Sephora?
because that's Rocco's favorite
It's gonna
color.
be blue. It's gonna
It's
look
gonna
at
be
this.
blue?
Look at this blue. Look at blue
Look.
here, blue here, blue
He has
here.
blue
Right,
phone.
blue is like all about it. And
Okay.
and yes, it would be a blue dragon.
What's
And it would
what's
have-
he or she name gonna be?
Blue.
I think actually I'd want
blue.
a she. I'd want a she. I feel like a guy dragon, even domesticated, might be a little intimidating. Even though
There's
I
a
mean,
lot
it's
of
dragon.
butting
I think I,
heads.
kn- I know
There's
why
a
he
lot,
wants-
a lot of thought to this. Like, and also like I don't know if there's like dragon junk.
Yeah,
you know, that
they
comes
get the
along
red
too.
rocket going, and it's like, man,
think
don't
about
do
that
that.
rocket dragon. You'd be like, this is terrifying right here.
Yeah.
All right, what happens when that dragon takes a shit in somebody else's yard?
Dude, it's a dragon. Like, say something to my dragon. Say something to my dragon. Like, look at this thing. Look at the size of the teeth. I'm gonna teach the dragon how to like, you know, that smile that dogs do that looks still really aggressive,
Oh
but it's
my
like,
gosh.
you know, he's trying to be nice. You know, it's like, I'm gonna teach the dragon that.
Oh wow.
Is it because you always wanted a dragon, or like you just think like
Because dragons are the shit, dude. Because like, think about this thing. Like, as a mythical creature, this is like
Yeah.
a huge dinosaur that can fly. It could blow fire out of its mouth. It should shit gold. It's that amazing, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
it really
I want a
should.
dragon so bad.
now? Are you talking about like the dragons that we heard like knights used to fight against, or are you talking about the dragons that we more know about, like Aragon kind of dragons?
I'm thinking like an Aragon kind of dragon, like the
Okay,
dragon
that's-
rider.
that would be
style.
badass.
It's
That
like
would be
it's like it builds the relate. Well, that one could also speak with telepathy, so that's kind of cool too. So this way you can have actual conversation with the dragon.
What
That's
do you
just because
think you
they're
guys would talk about?
everything, man.
Like,
Everything.
hey, did you see
Yeah,
the
like-
game? You see the
No,
Pittsburgh
I
games?
don't think that's what we would talk about. I think it would be like
That'd be
you know,
great. You can tell them to fly over
So the
the
dragon is
game.
like
You
the
can do like
dragon.
the eye thing.
Yeah,
The
fuck
dragon's more
drones.
The dragon's more natural. You know what I mean? Like, so the dragons be talking about like natural things, not like the game
grass
stuff.
is
like,
green today.
like no, but I think it would be like. You
I
know,
took a shit on your neighbor's
I
yard.
feel like I could smell a
Do
cold
nothing
breeze
about it. I
in
look
the
him
air,
right in
and I
the
think
eye.
it's gonna rain soon. Or I saw this big, cow off the side. And I ate him up today, or something about stuff like
I can't
that.
believe you haven't
None of
mentioned
it.
this yet.
I saw you
would
touching
never
yourself
need
the
a
other
car.
day.
You would never need a car.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why
gas
when I would
prices
settle up. I
could
don't
skyrocket,
need a
wouldn't
car.
affect you.
Yeah, I would go to to do sales. I'd be riding on the back of a dragon. I'd come off the
Where
dragon.
would you
and-
park it?
Yeah. Right
Dude,
on the fucking-
front
In a
lawn
very strategic
situation.
place, so that when they're like, I don't think, and you'd be like, listen, and then the dragon like roars, like, I really think you need to buy this. Yeah, and
Be
they'll
like,
be like, okay,
"Now
okay,
what?"
okay.
They're like, oh, that was perfect landing in my yard, and even though you destroyed it. Like,
Do you think what kind of odd jobs would you have the dragon do?
odd jobs.
Yeah, do you think like you'd help, like he would help you, like
we would be
on
temporarily
retreats?
like we could do drone surveillance temporarily, for the government as a government contract for like a few $1 million, like real quick, 6 months of it. And then,
I was thinking like yard work. I wasn't even thinking fucking government contracting here.
we get government
Jesus.
contract via U.S. temporary drone that we could like actually strategically move.
Can you?
like,
Oh my
ash-
god! Like, what if there was like a mailman strike and they were like, "Rocco, we need you. We need your
Over
dragon."
there. You're like, oh, you guys
Put
got a
little
protest
mailman
going
hat
on?
on him and
Where you got? Like, just throw it on. Like,
Yeah.
get on the back of my dragon. Like, suit 'em. Like, you know how they have those signs you stick on the side of your cars, the magnet.
Yeah.
I'd do that thing. What do you call
Uber.
wrap it? Oh, I would
Uber.
wrap up the dragon.
Yeah.
In a postman suit.
Dragon
you know, if
taxi.
you had to. Yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
awesome.
We're going to the protest.
fuck Uber X.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just got like a dragon option. You're like, I gotta see what this is about. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Rocco
fucking
comes
check that box.
flying over. Yeah.
Town car.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes. And I come up
No explanation. Yeah.
like, hey, get on the back. Hey, dragon options 2,500 plus.
Yeah,
Come on.
right. Yeah.
Fork it
Prices
over.
for dragon have
Got a problem?
skyrocketed recently. We're experiencing a high need.
Oh,
High
man.
demand.
Yeah. Do you
exactly.
accept the charges? You're like, it's a fucking dragon.
I'll accept any charge.
Yeah.
Credit cards are accepted.
All right.
Let me ask you this: what would you feed it?
What would I feed the dragon? You can feed it anything, man.
This has turned into just like, Rocco, tell us about your dragon like aspirations.
I'd
It's
feed
real.
it sheep. I'd feed it lambs, goats, like cows, whatever
Where
the
are you
hell it
getting this?
wanted.
Cattle.
Where are you getting
That would
these
get
animals?
expensive.
Dragon. I'm
David
like,
Fry.
David Fry, thank you for bringing
David
the
Fry,
goats.
thank you very much. I just want to let you know this dragon's dedicated to you.
Yeah. Is that what his name would be? What would your dragon's name?
It would be David Fry.
Cool.
It'd just be a female named David Fry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you could, if you
He's gonna be like, I hate you, Rago.
if you couldn't name it David Fry, what would you name it?
Man, something beautiful though, because
Yeah.
it's a dragon. It's gonna be beautiful looking too.
Like Gloria?
So I don't know, like
Beatrice.
Doria.
Beatrice.
No, that's not pretty.
Edna.
Would it be like Khaleesi or Daenerys or like
Like, yeah, I like those
Cersei
kind of
or
names.
something
Yeah,
like
exactly. It'd be something like that. Like,
fantastical?
I like Saphira. That was a good.
that was a
dragon.
very cool name, but it's obviously been used. So
It's been taken, but you could.
that
take
one's
it.
that's a difficult one. The hardest
give you a
part
good-
was naming the dragon. Like everything else is easy.
Would
The
you-
naming
Dude,
the
if you're talking with it, why don't you just say, "Hey"?
What would you like to be called?
that's I mean, yeah, right? Like
That'd be
that's
pretty cool.
the dragon's connected with that.
One does
not
name a dragon.
It's not
What if the dragon
sweet.
spoke like that? I'd be like, damn, man, it's always a riddle. I'm gonna
Oh,
turn that.
dude, just tell me if you ate the
dragon.
goat or not. One does
Like,
not
click.
eat goat.
How do I turn you off in here? How do like,
Yeah. What if
the off switch?
What if he's no? You're
Thou
trying to
shalt not
sleep and
find
he's
an
like.
off switch unless the off switch is hidden. It's like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up! Like,
What if you're sleeping?
I-
He's just like Rocco. Hey, you up, buddy?
no,
Yeah, yeah,
no, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
The kids have been waking me up.
yeah.
All right, Ian. What would you?
Well, how the fuck do I follow a
I don't
dragon?
know, dude. Good luck.
Well, Jesus. I don't know. I was thinking of more of a practical animal, like a
All right, well,
gorilla.
think of practical.
Like a
okay.
gorilla.
All right, well, then, okay.
That's
a gorilla,
practical.
fully domesticated. Okay.
Yeah.
Why gorilla?
Because I'd like take him to the supermarket and like I just walk with him.
Gorilla, dude. I think it's not gonna fit in the same aisle with you.
That's the coolest part.
Okay, so the guys start
Supermarket?
just think
I would
about.
literally, I would
Think
go
about
to a
seeing
bar
Ian
and
walk
just
into a
start fighting.
supermarket with his gorilla, dude. Think about how
Oh
scary that.
man, the difference between joy between Rocco and Ian are just fantastic. Rocco's joy comes like completely like badass fantasy, and then like Ian just wants to walk with a gorilla. He just wants to walk
In the
supermarket with a gorilla. It's so innocent. That's adorable, Ian. That's
It's like,
adorable.
I just want to walk in the supermarket with my gorilla.
Curious George over here.
Big curious George, dude.
Oh man, I just want a gorilla.
Because I just want to walk with it. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
I just wanna walk
funny.
Just do normal day shit.
I just want to hold his hand.
Hey, could you just hand me those vanilla wafers, please?
I'd go to the movies with him. We would get the seat we wanted.
Yeah.
We would not sit front row. We would not sit front row.
You wouldn't. You
You'd
wouldn't.
never be
No
front row
one be
again.
around you at all. No one be in the
never-
fucking theater.
You'd never be front row. Oh gosh, that's hilarious. But
But I mean, imagine like you could like go to like a bar and stuff and just start a fight and be like, and like I just like a bunch of guys and then my gorilla just walks up and be like, yeah, now.
Okay, so now he went from being innocent to like using his gorilla for super violence.
I mean, yeah, you just want a
I'm gonna
bodyguard.
just start fights. I'm gonna walk up and punch somebody and be like, I got a fucking gorilla. You ready to go down? Oh shit.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Club. It'd be like
Yeah.
your personal bouncer.
Yeah, what
that'd
color would he be?
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Would it be a he or a she
Oh, good point.
I think I would go with the guy.
for the guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And he would be.
Yeah.
What would his name be?
Oh man.
David Fry.
David Fry.
David Fry.
David Fry.
I don't know. So I think I would want a white gorilla.
Ooh, that's
like
like
a
White? Ooh, that
Your
would be
name
cool.
name Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Yeah.
Tyrone would be
Nobody's
so-
messing with Tyrone.
Dude.
You don't want
That'd
to
be-
piss off Tyrone.
You know what piss off Tyrone.
Name it. Gotta name it something like King Kong-ish. Like
I don't know, man.
Kong.
big, like
Kong.
Kong would be.
Oh,
That would be kind of cool.
Get a supermarket.
Yep.
Think about that one.
Ah.
All right,
He can
Clay.
get, he can
Alright,
get like all
Clay.
those hard to reach
Clay.
things.
Clay, where are you? Are you in between this? Like, where you lie on this?
Dude, I got nothing. I have nothing on this.
No way.
There's,
Come on, you gotta think of something. Anything in the world.
dude.
Fictional.
I got
or real.
another one too. Then, if you don't have any,
Alright.
you would love it too.
I don't
Come
know
on.
what other fictional like animals are like. Dragons are really cool. Like,
Okay,
I would definitely
I'd-
think about a
How
dragon.
about that
I
one
could
from
go with
Star
one.
Wars? That one from Star Wars that they're riding in, like I think it was like episode
Dude,
2.
you
and
could be
they're-
BB-8? Banta?
You want BB-8 or like?
No, that's a
or,
lizard.
robot.
No,
yeah,
the
but
lizard
pet
thing.
still.
Oh, nah. I don't know. Like a raptor would be actually kind of cool.
That'd be
Ooh.
A wolf, dude. A wolf. Yes.
A dire wolf.
That's
Yes,
okay,
like a
the
dire
wolf.
wolf.
Dire wolf.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
Like
Thrones
Game of
kinda
Thrones,
size,
like
wolf?
Ghost. I would want.
Yeah. Are you
That'd
talking
be-
about like Game of Thrones kind of size, or are you
Yeah.
talking about kind of like
No, Game of Thrones, like the size of like a giant like saber.
like Twilight kind of wolf?
Well, I mean they're both
Those are about the-
ginormous,
Yeah,
That's
big
true.
wolves.
and one's a human, Lycan.
Okay.
But I don't want that. I don't want the guy to turn into. That'd be weird.
You know how weird that would be.
He's like, you know, you have dogs and you're,
No,
like, you're changing
think
in
about,
front
like-
of him, and you're like, that's fine, he's a dog.
Yeah.
Like, if he turns into a human, you're like, no, that's weird. I don't even
You
look
know,
at
whenever
him
you do any
anymore.
like sexual act with your significant other, and
Yeah.
the dog's
Yeah.
watching, and it's just like it's really this like teen who's like, I can't wait for later.
Just he turns into this, this
That'd be so
18-year-old. You're like, wow, things. I have
Like
to
that just
rethink
got
a lot.
strange. Or you're like
That just
petting his
sounds really
stomach,
weird.
and he starts to get the red rocket. It's like this is not cool anymore.
This is
No,
not cool.
no, definitely.
No,
no.
no.
Yeah.
Starts changing right then.
Alright,
It's like,
cool.
ah,
Would it be
come
like
on.
white, gray? Would you have like it? Try to be like rental, like different kind of cool.
I
looking?
would definitely want it to be like an ice blue color, like fur.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice blue
I like
fur with like ice eyes. Just a very
Ice like is that like crystal like white kind of looking like light blue?
Yeah.
Really, 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 really light blue?
Yeah, like light blue.
Okay, yeah, with
How
the
would you
dark
take
coat.
it to the
that'd be
grocery
cool.
store like Ian, or
Yeah, what'd you do with him?
I don't know, like, dude, I would just like I'd go.
Would he be
hiking-
like saddle upable? Like that
Yes.
kind of big?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That he
Like the mount for like
Yes, like
the
World of
trolls
Warcraft
and,
and-
stuff, or
yeah.
what do you call
dude,
it?
yeah.
The trolls.
He would, dude. I would go on hikes. Like we would just like, I'd go on
Dude,
like
yeah, you
survivor
wouldn't have to worry
trips.
about like anything. Like,
Traffic?
if a bear came to come get you or something.
Yeah, no, we would fight him. Like him and I would just like,
Yeah,
I
we
would live in
fight
the.
him.
Now have weapons.
Yeah, no,
It would totally happen. I would have an arrow. I would have a bow and arrow in my bag, and we'd fight him.
Yeah, no, I would go on like Survivor Man trips. I'd be like, dude, it's me and you.
You'd have to.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't know what I would call him.
Yeah, that's a cool. That's the big part right
I
there.
like just blue, calling him Blue. Frost,
wouldn't
call
just-
him Frost or something like that.
That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool.
I'd be like, yo, Frost, let's do this thing. And then like, man, yeah, I'd have a bow and arrow and be like, all right, let's get some salmon. And like, let's go
Dude.
hunt. Be like, let's get that
And he would
deer.
be fast too. He would actually be a fun one to ride because he'd
Yeah.
be like super quick, especially like running through like the Seattle woods and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Or not
exactly.
Seattle, Washington woods.
Yeah.
Like
We could probably
out.
get up to speeds of 60, 70 miles per hour.
easy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be huge.
Yeah, and he can climb pretty well, so like he'd be like run, you know, and jumping all around.
Think about the
You
size
wouldn't have
of
to
his
worry about
jaw.
meat. He can go out and hunt something.
Yep.
and-
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
come bring it back. Like I would help
Oh,
him.
dude, he would come back with like huge shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like bears.
Yeah, he'd just have in his mouth like, I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
no.
It's a bear.
Yeah.
It's like a
We don't have a
grizzly. He's
bear
like-
license, man. What are you doing? That kind of thing. So
It's
Is
not
that the
a
Grizzlies?
fine.
Come on.
yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
But I would also, like do real cute dog things too. Like I'd go to football games with him and put on like cute football jerseys over his head.
Yeah.
Would you bring it to like restaurants and stuff that are dog friendly?
Yeah, like outside on patios.
That'd be so awkward.
No, it would be
would.
really cool because like a lot of like because
Everybody's gonna have these little shit dogs that look like mice compared to your dog.
Yeah, but
Your
he would
dog's
be really
just
nice.
sitting-
Like he'd be really gentle.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
it
saying.
would be like Game of Thrones too, where we had like this mind connection. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where he knew
Yeah.
what I was thinking and I knew what he
Yeah.
was thinking. You know what I mean? And like
There's-
it would be even cool too if I can warg into him. But I
What
don't know
if-
if we're getting a little too crazy.
What if he was like super drooly, and because he's so big, it's like
He'd probably
it's like
drool.
a hardcore water faucet just wide open always. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure his poops are really big
and it's just like-
stinky.
like
You know, it's cool.
that'd be still
That'd be cool.
something to think about when you take him to the restaurants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gets on everybody's food, dude.
I think that's okay. I mean, what are they gonna do?
Shakes.
I guess nothing,
Yeah,
right?
nothing.
Like I was sure as hell wouldn't say shit.
Yeah.
The thing was like, and it's like
I'd say
I
something,
just
'cause
like
my gorilla-
covered my plate. I'd be like,
My gorilla.
okay. nah,
Okay,
I'm
so
good.
we got a dragon, we got a fucking gorilla, we got a giant ass dire wolf.
Yeah.
You guys want to know what mine is gonna be?
Yes.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Pikachu.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
That would be like kind of cool.
that would be a little cool.
It would just
Dude,
be
are you
super
kidding me?
annoyed,
I'd
but-
call
okay,
it gay, but
okay, hold on a second.
I call it gay.
Here's the
No.
only
It
con.
could turn into
I'm
like
kidding, I'm kidding,
Raichu.
I'm
Well,
kidding,
here's
I'm
gay.
kidding.
Here's one con. Ready?
Okay.
Think about spending like 30 years with Pikachu.
Yeah.
And all Pikachu says is Pikachu.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
get kind
all
of
you
annoying.
hear.
He sends a different tone.
Man, but
Like,
that's what all
"Fuck
you
you."
hear. It's like the I am Groot, but that's all you hear for 30 years.
Dude, Groot would be
That'd
another cool
awesome.
Yeah, Groot would be cool, but
pet. Or Rocket Raccoon. But he's not he's not a pet.
He's not-
no.
He's
But if he could be a pet, like he'd design some really cool shit.
So you would just be shooting out electricity left and right.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing that, but like it just
You
be
wouldn't need
pretty
it,
cool
like,
because he's
any-
almost kind of like a mouse. He's like a mouse and everything. He's cute, so you got that aspect, so nobody has to really worry about him.
He poops
He's
little pebbles.
he's a loyal friend. You know what I mean?
Run.
And he's probably anything that you want to pet. Yeah, he could shoot freaking lightning and everything. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you wouldn't have to worry about like clean energy and all that different shit. You just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, Pikachu.
That'd
hit
be
it
pretty
up.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
want
what?
to change mine. I want to change mine
What?
to Nar.
Nar?
Nar, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just you'd be like little cool, like fucking running around going crazy, and if shit hit the fan, boom. Now what?
Like grabbing sides of the buildings and throwing it at your opponents.
What
Like,
would you call your Pikachu?
I call
Yeah.
him Pikachu. It'd be Pikachu.
You wouldn't be able to name him anything different, man.
Yeah, 'cause
It's a
they-
Pokemon.
Yeah,
No.
his name is in Pikachu.
That's
a
not
Pokemon.
true. There's different. They name them differently.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah,
They
you
don't-
can.
they don't
Because
name
he
them-
names himself. He's like Pikachu. If you're like, you call him Roger, and he's
they
like,
do that, though. They do that in
Pikachu, and you're like, Roger,
I could
come
have
here.
sworn they do that in the
Pika.
cartoons.
And
No,
you're
they
like,
don't.
"Roger."
They don't name him
Pika.
anything different.
No,
Roger.
not the main characters, but there's other Pikachu's that they run into, and they're like, "This is Roger." And they're like, "Oh."
Charizard. No, they call them by their names. They don't ever call them
Yeah.
by something.
That's
different.
very confusing because when there's three Pikachu's there and they go, "Hey, Pikachu, come here," all three of them are gonna come on.
There's
Oh.
not really ever like. I mean, there's been episodes where there's been a ton of Pikachu's, but they still refer to him as Pikachu. Come here. I guess it's like the viewer.
They don't
just
say
had
it.
to,
Like I've seen episodes where there was other Pikachu, but they didn't blog to anybody. Like Pikachu was Pikachu.
yeah.
All right, if anybody out there knows the answer to this, I would really like to hear the
Yeah.
comments.
Because I remember one episode where they went against Raichu.
Yeah,
And that
they
was
call
They
it
were like
Raichu,
Raichu.
but that
They
makes-
weren't like Raichu, my Raichu. They didn't do any-
Fuck it.
it was just
That's weird. That's
Raichu.
dumb.
Yeah.
That's like everybody
Hey, Ted.
calling their dog dog.
Yeah,
Dog.
DOG.
Well, that's
DOG.
cooler, but
That's what I call my dog.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
Dog.
Did you guys know that this episode is brought to you by David Fry?
Oh,
Thank you, David Fry. For those of you guys wondering who David Fry is, he's a Patreon. He's a official Maelstrom gamer. He has put
Official.
$20 towards us on Patreon.com.
There it is.
And he brings you this entire episode as well
Shout
as these topics.
You got it.
Speaking of topics, let's go on to our next one.
Okay.
Rocco.
Okay. Whew, I got a little nervous. Okay, my topic is real. All right, so I'm going to open up the floor to this one after a quick second. So let me get the nerves out. I really am nervous. I'm not going to lie.
What?
Why?
Okay, so there's been a lot of things going on in life as of late that have been really good, and we've been looking for finding a place to live, and because we have a plan right now, which is 4 years here in Georgia, and then planning on going somewhere else. We don't know exactly where that's going to be yet. We're looking all over the place, but we have some different things that we want to do after these 4 years. I'm telling you, I'm nervous. Like,
Okay.
so one thing we want to do for sure is we want to do farming, which is that's not what I'm nervous about. But we've had what I am nervous about is that we're going to open up the door to having more children, which is a huge decision. So
I thought you were done.
been stuck on for
Yeah.
two for a really long time, and this is the first time I'm announcing this right now. So
Oh.
Wow.
this is cool. But we
David
are.
Fry.
Yeah, thanks, man.
She has the I think it's called IED, right? Or something like that, which is like a copper thing to stop you from being able to have other children right now. Just put it up inside
okay.
yourself kind of deal. It's the same thing that
Graphic.
Alan was talking about and stuff too as
Okay.
well. So we're going to be pulling that one out like next weekend
Oh,
to,
shit.
to really officially start trying for real.
Oh, my
good.
God.
So there's a bunch of different factors. So my mind was pretty set for a while on just having 2 kids
Yeah.
because of a bunch of different things, like financial reasons, like space reasons, like unsureness of where we want, what we wanted to do, kind of having a plan and different stuff. So we have a really good plan right now for 4 years and trying to figure out where we're going to go and what we're going to do. And we have a pretty good idea of different stuff. We have to go check it out first. But knowing that we want to do the farm situation and knowing that we have a really good financial situation right now happening, that we're thinking like it's absolutely a possibility. One thing she had made a mention to me was when we were talking about this all, she was saying, you know, when we get older, one thing that we could possibly regret is not having enough kids. But right now we know that having more kids is never, ever something that we would regret, which is very true to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, I would hate to get to, you know, we're 60, 70 years old and been like, we should have had 4 kids or 3 kids or whatever it be, you know,
Yeah.
and be at that stage already. Then I know that we will get to 60, 80 years old or whatever it be and have 4 kids and we'll never be sitting there going, we shouldn't have had those other 2 kids.
And if you guys are working on a farm too, you guys
exactly,
more
that's the other
workers.
thing. So the farmland also contributes. That's what I'm not even kidding. I was
Slaves. You're gonna breed slaves.
No, farm hands. You know what I mean? Like farm hands and stuff like that. Situations.
Well, they used to do that back in the
thing,
day.
but that's why I wanted to open up I wanted to open
They
up
did a
the
lot of
floor
things
to you
back in the
guys
day.
about like what do you guys think about that stuff? You know, what do you guys think about, you know, I know Alan, Clay's got a new one right now. Steve-O's got 2 older ones. Ian, you're thinking about that stuff coming down the road.
Yeah, Clay's gonna be like,
Yeah.
yeah, actually, guys, we're just found
Well-
out Sarah's pregnant again.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not for a long time.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And you don't want to, you know, create any only children, kind of like Clay is. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Yeah, right?
So, opening up the floor, what do you guys like?
well,
Clay, what is your experience right now? I mean, like, so you're sitting there with one right now.
Dude.
What does your mind look like when it comes to the idea of other children? What does your
Freaking
mind-
out. I don't know
Yeah,
how
okay.
you're doing it. Like, I don't know how you can even fathom 3 kids.
Yeah.
It's probably
Put 'em
because
on
I've just
board.
had like the worst, not the worst experience, but like the
No, a
most
really tough
challenging experience. Having a preemie, having a colicky baby has just been like insane, and it gets better and better. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you're able to balance social life, your own personal stuff, work, family, marriage maintenance,
Yeah.
all those things with kids. It's tough.
I think,
So you-
okay, so I got something on that I can mention, like a piece of like, because I was at the same spot that you are right now, but I was there,
First one.
you know, 5 years ago, and it was like the same exact situation. I couldn't even fathom the idea of even a second child at that point.
Right.
Like it was like so difficult, so stressful, and I just couldn't even imagine how people had more than one child. Knowing that I still wanted to do it, when we eventually had that second child, it was like we had the second child after ours was already like 2.5. You know, we were starting to work on our second one. And I felt a way more experienced at that time. It's like a routine-based thing. It's like once you get in the groove of it, and you're already going to get in the groove in it, and the more and more and more and more you get in the groove,
Yeah.
the easier it becomes. You know, so at first it's like high demand. Like you don't have the ability to do anything, go anywhere, do anything else besides like contribute to that baby only. But then eventually it becomes this like very easy process. And then when the second one came rolling around, it was very easy. Because it was something I was already experienced with. It wasn't new. It was like, okay, now the only new thing is time management.
But-
like making sure.
Not to take
What do you
anything away from you, but don't you also have family close by?
Oh yeah, well that is true too. Like
And I mean,
right now,
I feel like that's a huge benefit.
that
Yeah,
is
that would
is
be
a
a huge
huge
benefit. Yeah.
that's a huge benefit right now. Is it's having, and that's one thing we're thinking about. Like when we're thinking about those 4 kids, we're still going to be in this location where we would be able to have family to contribute for the first initial years and stuff. Which I would say that we, right now, I have my mother-in-law that's watching my little girl while I'm doing the podcast. Now, if she wasn't able to do that, I wouldn't be doing the podcast this morning. So it's like those are things that we factor in too, and but that makes a huge difference of having that family be able to make it easier, which is why we're like, okay, having those guys around for the 4 years for the 4 guys coming up within the 4 years, that would be ideal than being somewhere else and having those children.
But do you not have family around, Clay?
No, he doesn't. No.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
So you don't have a babysitter either, too,
Nope.
right? Yeah. So that's the thing is like that's obviously not that we utilize babysitters like crazy amount, but still like it makes a big difference whenever there's something you need to get done to be able to have somebody be able to check your.
Yeah, like I went to the movies last night, but that was a really tough decision. It was like, holy
Yeah.
crap, Sarah and I have to not only take time away from each other, I have to
Yeah.
expect Sarah to take care of him all night, and then like Jay and Matt were like, hey, you guys want to hang out tomorrow night? And I was like, no, I mean, I can't do 2 nights in a row. Like, Sarah and I need that Saturday night because Sunday we go to bed really early because we have to go to work. Like, so, like, there's nothing we can do. We can't we can't have a family come over to watch him so that we both can go out to a movie too. So
Yeah.
one of us has to pick that like night. It's crazy. It's really tough to juggle.
That's what we did for a while too. We did that one where it was like, okay, we're gonna give you a little free time, give me a little free time. Like actually, just the other night, she went out for a while, and I just I kept the kids to be able to let her just do her thing and enjoy herself.
Yeah.
But that's just the share off when it comes to that. So having 4, it obviously is gonna be a lot more. But if we were having like farmland, it also helps them be able to get out there, be responsible, and then like have something to be able to tend to, which like keeps them entertained too, which is a big deal about just being able to keep an eye on your children, like having them be able to entertained to some extent, and it's hopefully not something that's going to be like the virtual pacifier.
Yeah, and I can sit there and say, I came from a bigger family. I have
Yeah.
2 sisters and a brother, so there's 4 of us kids. And later in life, it's cool. It's nice to have all those siblings. And we all get along pretty well. You have your little rifts every so often.
Yeah.
But I enjoy being from a larger family. So I think Taylor and I have talked about kids and stuff like that. We've talked about like 2. But
Yeah.
she's also mentioned before. She goes, it'd be cool to have like a big family, and
Yeah.
I
would love
but it's going to be the hardest work is at the beginning. So
I would
and
really
you-
love like 4 kids. Like a big family would be awesome.
But you
So
need to have
No,
family
this is the
around
thing
for that.
too, Alan. Clay, just get through this. Like you get through this for a little while.
Yeah.
You do this for 2 years, and the thing is not even 2 years. It depends on like what you're trying to do. But like you just get through it for a while, and I promise it gets easier and easier. Now you had a harder situation, like you said. Your baby came out earlier,
Yeah.
on top of already having to go through all those early stages, which is difficult as it is.
Yeah.
So like now you got an extra 2 months on top of the difficult stage.
Exactly,
So it's a
exactly.
really long, difficult stage.
Yeah.
And once you get over that hump, things dramatically change. Unlike, and especially when the baby gets older too, the baby starts to become more like self-reliant, and when that happens, there becomes a large freedom that opens up.
Yeah. Yeah. And like
Oh,
they start
yeah.
sleeping through the night. Like I could feel it start
Getting
to change.
past that stage, and once that stage hits, then it's like, okay, now I could do movies easy because the baby's easier to watch, and it's not so much of like a burden to ask, your wife to be able to watch the child for a few hours because
Right.
the child's not a difficult thing to watch at that point. Or your child's going to bed at 7 o'clock and doesn't wake up till 7 the next morning. It's like then you got a huge window. If you want to go to the movies, you can go at 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Or play your games or do your social stuff late.
Yeah, you're totally right. And the other thing too is that by the time you have your 3rd kid, LJ is going to be almost old enough to
Yeah,
babysit.
he's
them.
upset a lot
Well,
too, probably.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going to say.
And Mahala's already going to be out. Mahala's already pretty self-reliant as it is, right now. She's like around the 18-month marker, and that's
Cooking
like.
her own toast.
So like if we were to have another baby right now, it's like she's not going to be much, responsibility. To be honest, sorry, I got pollen. we can just kind of like give her food and stuff that she eats. She's not going to be like so relying on bottles nonstop, not diaper changes like a million times a day, not having to have eyes. Well, she will still have to have eyes tended on her a little bit because she's kind of the wild child where she'll do shit that you're like, whoa, shit.
He's like, don't do it, and then she'll be like, just drop
like
it.
those cat videos. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Your door starts to open up and the possibility becomes realistic. And I know that when you're in the muck of it, it feels like that's not even the case.
Yeah.
And that's the way I felt about having the 2 kids only and not even having an open door discussion about a 3rd child and tell her where I'm at. And like now, it's like, okay, now that when Mihaela was young, it was not even a question.
Are you guys factoring college education into each one of these kids, or
absolutely.
are you kind of like, look, they have to pay for half, or they'll figure it out eventually?
So we're factoring. I mean, that's one thing that I think about.
That's where the farm comes in.
No, I mean that is a big a big thing too, though. Like
that's extra income, I'd imagine you're going to use.
That's
the farm.
huge income, to be honest.
Really?
Like if you have, if it's like huge income, like ridiculous income. I can't even explain it. If I can get that up and going and running correctly, which I believe that I can. With the children, college is something I absolutely think about. But with that, it's also like. I'm driving so hard in life to do so many different things that I expect to have that money.
Yeah.
I have a lot of money at that college wouldn't even be a question, and I'm not going to let there be any other failure's not in my mind. Like that's going to be a driven goal to make sure I achieve.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be making sure that I'm having 4 children, I want to make sure that I'll be able to help them out with college too as well, knowing how crazy expensive it is. So for me, it's like I can't sit back and wait for that money to be there. When I'm driving, I'm doing everything in my power right now in life to try to get to that point where it will be there, and it'll be huge amounts of money, and that's why I'm doing everything that I am doing. But I can't wait either, because then it's just like then it starts to close that door for me personally of like, okay, now I really feel like having that child, and like, nah, it's been 10 years deep. I finally got the money, and I know I could do the whole college thing, but it's like, well, now I don't think I want to have children anymore. So it's one of those things that you just. I don't know. You got to have faith in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's a decision you want to make, but you have faith that you're gonna make those ends meet, knowing that there's that to think about later in the future.
Have you ever factored this to like you should have probably another girl because like I know that having girls now, later on in life, like now that they're like 14, one's about to be 12, it gets easier like around Christmas time because all they want is clothes, and clothes are pretty cheap. So like now if you have boys, you have more boys, you're gonna have to buy more electronics, more video game systems.
So here's like I'm glad that you said that. Here's what we're thinking. If we could choose, we would like to have another boy next, and then a girl after that. So boy girl kind of situation. Okay. If we could choose, that would be
so you can span it out. You'd be like, okay, so this is what we have to expect.
We've even thought about all that. So like we want to jump on the gun kind of deal and try to see if we can have a child as soon as possible. And then the next one after that would be like, we want to try to space that like maybe like 18 months from the third baby.
Yeah, they want you at least
like 18 months, kind of.
Months, right?
Like, yeah. So like give them a little bit of space and like time, like so they're not.
What if you have twins?
Then it would be game over. Then it would be probably snip for me because it's easier to switch that up for the guy later on. So I think we would. That wouldn't even be a bad route either. Actually, I would rather just get it done with, said and done, and then like, okay, we get through that like tough spot, but then we don't have to do the tough spot again.
That's what I told Sarah. I almost wish Xander was had
and
twins.
Now the other thing too is, I thought about this. I think it was like yesterday or the day before when I was talking about all this with my brother-in-law, and we talked about twins. I wouldn't want identical twins. I'd want the paternal. Is it called paternal twins?
Yeah, I think so.
They look different.
Boy and girl.
Yeah, that would be cool. Boy and a girl, but they look different, you know? So it's like, because I feel like it kind of plays on your psyche being a twin that's identical. Yeah. It's like looking at yourself in a mirror sometimes, but that's not you. It's your brother or your sister. And
it's an experience I'll never have, right? Like, it's weird.
I haven't had that experience. I would just think it plays on your psyche a little bit. But
it's interesting.
The world would be a better place with another me. I know that.
Plus, we like being parents, man. So we feel like that would be a big decision, but also it's like, it's a good thing too. Like we think like
it's just so different though. Like once they get older, man, it's like you have to be their parent no matter what.
Yeah.
But you also want to be their friend too because you kind of like feel like they have. It's almost like a sense that you want them to like you. You know they love you because you're their parents and everything.
You want them to still be open with you about all that's going on without feeling like It's coming
Yeah.
too much as a parent.
It's such a crazy experience, man. Because I'm trying to think where I was at, and it's completely different with girls and everything like that. Like I'm starting to try to ask them, because they're like, oh yeah, like someone drew something on them. Like who drew that on you? Like it wasn't a boy, was it? Just like that. And they're like, no, it wasn't a boy. I'm like, so you like any boys? And they're like, no, they're all gross. I'm like, good.
Lies.
Good.
Lies.
Lies.
I know they're.
Um,
I know they're.
They just don't want to talk to you. Talk
Yeah,
to
they
that
don't.
with you.
You gotta find a
No,
different
no,
approach,
because-
man. You can't be so
no,
like.
because- no, they
forward.
don't-
On the no, yeah.
Shit.
They don't
You
do
gotta
it.
use
They
that
don't do
tricky
it
mental shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Who's your
Yeah.
best friend? Who you guys talking
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What's his name?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Questions that just don't jump right in.
Just read your diary out loud to everyone.
Yeah.
You're
Just trying to eat a Pop-Tart here.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yeah.
David Frank.
Here's one thing right now. So one of the cities, real quick, that we've looked in a few different cities about possibilities of moving because we want to buy some farmland.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
So we want to get some good land for a decent price too. We looked at Austin, Texas. We've looked at Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's got a little high crime rate, and we looked at Bellingham, Washington.
Woo!
That sounds better.
Yeah,
Washington.
I like Bellingham, Washington right now. Actually, we've all been kind of leaning towards that a little bit more, but we still would have to go visit.
Yeah.
But it has
Washington
some.
Love
sounds
it.
better than New Mexico and Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
You
that
see-
idea.
You just got the forest.
It's
You got
about an hour and a
mountains,
half from Vancouver and an hour and a half from Seattle.
Nice.
You got
So,
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get really beautiful seasons.
and we were going to be doing a lot of greenhouse growing, so that's good. It's got perfect temperatures for greenhouses.
Yeah.
So it's like between 75 and 30s, or actually like some
Close
like
to clay,
some-
maybe.
or
Hour and
20s.
a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
You can watch
And,
their big.
uh,
They can watch yours.
And it's big farmland out there. So we saw
Yeah.
we saw 20 acres right now for 80,000, but we want to try to see if we can find something better.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to probably do is end up buying a piece of property like something like that. We want to look between 20 and 80 acres,
Mhm.
and then build a house on it. So we're expecting like if we're doing it up in the Northwest, that's like 350,000 to build the house.
Yeah.
But that house would be like $700,000 if we were to go like resell kind of
and
thing.
then I can build a house right next to you.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Eventually, we can have something just like that. I'm not kidding. When you guys talk about the business side of that, there's
Dude,
like
I would love
a lot I could
love
talk
Washington.
about, to be honest. Like there's a agriculture we all eat every day, several times a
Isn't
day.
that
There's
isn't that where
there's
those big trees too?
business for it.
Yeah, redwoods. Yeah.
The redwoods. I love.
Yeah, but
I
some of the
love
properties we were
forest,
seeing
like-
in that area that we were looking at doesn't really have that, like at all. It's like
yeah,
a lot,
but you can drive to it.
Yeah, it's right around
Yeah.
the corner from you
It's
guys.
fine.
which I
It's
think would
really
be-
great snowboarding right around from the
Ooh,
corner from
Jesus.
you
Now
too.
too.
Yeah.
I
All right,
love
I'm sold.
snowboarding.
Let's go.
So, and I was just going to say, at least on the children aspect, definitely having more children, being part of, 3 other siblings. Like, my best friend is my brother, David.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Even he's a state away. I mean, we talk, not as often as we kind of want to, but still, like, I love visiting him and stuff like that. So it's cool to have, it's like, you guys are my buddies and everything, but it's just like a different thing.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
a lot of times where he pissed me off a lot. Like, and if he, the things that he did sometimes, you'd be like, I never want to talk to that friend again. Like, you disown him, but, and nothing to that extent really. But
David Fry.
I'm just saying, like, it's just a different kind of love and
Yeah.
best friend. It's just a
I
weird
understand that.
thing. So,
I get
but
that.
Well, look, it makes a lot of sense that you'd say
Yeah,
that,
two
considering
families.
the fact that he
Yeah.
went on a Patreon, dropped some
That's
bucks
right.
on, and became a Maelstrom gamer and supports you, his brother. Thank you, David Fry. Thank you for bringing this topic to us and
Yeah.
the audience watching at home.
So I
That's
guess
right.
that's our public announcement. then.
Yeah.
Boom.
Let's go to our next topic.
All right, guys, I gotta go though.
All right. Take care, Steve.
take it
Alright.
easy.
See you guys.
I'm going to have to reset some of this stuff, but we will go on to Ian
Yeah.
Okay.
with your topic.
Do you want to reset everything or?
I'm just going to do it while we're going, and it's fine.
Okay.
So, this is actually brought to you by a kind of like a clay topic as well, but some dating experiences. We're
Oh.
way out of the game. At least I am. I mean, shit, it's been,
Yeah.
I don't know, 7, 8 years, something like that. Feels like
Yeah.
an eternity, but but like, what were some dating experiences that you guys had, and any crazy ones that,
Dating.
I'm kind of, quite honestly, I'm so glad I'm out of that stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't
Same
like
here.
the dating game. It's aggravating sometimes and annoying, and you don't know
It's
what
just
you
all. It's all. I don't know. it's all. It feels nowadays. It feels like an immature game.
Right.
You know,
That's
like,
what it
it's
is.
like
Yeah.
so out of that idea. I'm glad too. I'm out of that. I'm so happy where I'm at. It's been 6 years for me, and it's the dating game, man. I think I've like I can't specifically target anything in particular where I was like, oh, that specific date and that was the crazy shit that happened there. But I do remember dating a bunch of crazies, you know,
Yeah,
like
man.
crazies, and not and there must have been multiple different experiences that I was probably just like, holy shit, like what the hell, you know.
Right.
And not just like one specific like date scenario, but I'm like that's the cool thing about being out of that dating experience is that like it's just an emotional roller coaster. Like even though you can kind of be like cold sometimes, like say it's you're a guy and you're just really your dating is just because you want to do some type of sexual fulfillment purpose, you know, and then you got this relationship you're going with this girl, she's got somewhat of a mutual like you know intent with the relationship too, just kind of
Hooking up.
sexual needs, hooking up, doing her thing. But then there's this emotional roller coasters that you start to get on too. You start to develop because like there's no way to not possibly start to build something.
Yeah.
Even if you're that guy that's trying to be cold, even if you're that woman that's trying to be cold, you still build something. And then usually those people that you're doing that with are not people that are like are mature, to be honest. Still a lot of immaturity. So then it leads to like tons of drama, which drama can encompass tons of different experiences, but
Yeah, true.
like I'm super thankful that like 6 years out of that whole game that it's not even something that I ever have to be a part of again, because
Yeah.
like that kind of lifestyle is just it's too much stress, to be honest. Like it's way
I
too
agree
much stress.
there. Yeah.
Like, and I mean, there's people that enjoy it, they love it, and they get a kick out of it, and that's fine for them. But for who I was and what I was looking for in life, that just wasn't me. You know, for there was a time when it was, you know, it was necessary. It's for me. I always kind of say it was like necessary to go through all the women I didn't want to be with in life
To
to
find.
know the woman that I wanted to be with in life.
Yep.
It's like I had to go hit that thing up and be like, yep, I don't want a woman that's going to be like that or do those kind of decisions. Yep, I don't want a woman that's going to do those kind of decisions. This, and then my list got narrow and narrow, and then I had a list. And then when I had that list of like what I think it would be that I would like in a woman and how it would work in a relationship,
Can you show
my-
us that list?
My wife, finally, my wife showed up. You know, and it was like, bam, done. Wow, I don't know how. It's like I attracted that when I found out what that was that I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, but I had to go through a bunch of bullshit to get there.
It's interesting.
So there was tons of crazy experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like bunch of crazies to be able to find out what the
What were some of the things that you were looking for? What are the like questions that you're asking, the information you were looking for when you were on a date, when it wasn't strictly just I'm looking to hook up?
I guess my subtle things would, because I will always ask questions and probe in different ways to try to figure out like how a person thinks, because that's really important for me. One of them was like questions that I would ask to try to figure out what their morals and their ethics were. Because for me that's a big. Well, I'm saying that's a big deal for me, right? Because I had been in a relationship in a past one where those were like completely, you know, opposite sides of the spectrum. And she would do things that she felt was perfectly okay and normal in a relationship, and for me was absolutely not okay and okay for a relationship whatsoever.
Do you have an example?
Yeah. Okay. So for one was like dancing up on a bar. Well,
and you were like, no, my girlfriend's not gonna.
I
be
wasn't
doing
there, right? Like I wasn't there. She was doing her own thing. She was up dancing up on a bar, and obviously in a scenario that there was probably tons of guys that were like saying things, shouting things, doing whatever. So for me, it's like, well, I don't like us together. That's not a problem. But like when we're completely different locations, different kinds of bar scenarios, you wouldn't find me up at on the top of that bar doing that kind of different thing at that time. So if it was like moral decisions, like what she felt was right compared to what I felt was right, like that was very important. It's a lesson I learned in that relationship.
Yeah.
It's just like saying, okay, well, we got to have to really be on the same page here, because then you can really genuinely build trust. Is what I think, because then hey, I know that person's not going to make those kind of decisions. I know they're not going to do that kind of thing, because their morals, not because of me, but because they as a person wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? They feel that way. So it's not trying to change somebody, but we're already on the same page with when we, at least not making the same decisions, but knowing who we are and why we would make certain decisions. So we know that they would probably choose that certain, choice. The wife I have now would never choose to do that. You know what I mean? And I know she wouldn't because of who she is and what she stands for. And same for me. She'd know that I would never go do that. It's not something we would have to question. Where other relationships, obviously, people have a different understanding of what's right and what's wrong. And if those don't match with you, you might have a lot of stress, crazy experiences.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make sense.
And that's the way to go really about it, is having someone that, having those thoughts and everything and those moral decisions. I mean, Taylor, my wife, was how we met and everything. It was just kind of like a fluke, and it was pretty cool. So, but those questions that you ask when you first start seeing someone, I definitely wanted to find someone that was pretty cool, wasn't high maintenance or strung. That was my ultimate goal, is to have someone that I could just sit and hang out with. I don't have to, shower them with a bunch of stuff. I don't like materialistic things, someone that, was just really easygoing. And when I met Taylor, she was, and still is. She still is to this day. I always say that my wife is a lot cooler than me. Like, she grew up racing dirt bikes and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, she's way cooler than I am. and it's just, and that's what I wanted in, a girl is someone that, and I mean, if you look at her, you would never think that, shorter, blonde, and very, to me, very attractive. So I was like, that's the girl of my dreams there. So, and I got to marry her, which is cool. So, and my single life between when I actually broke up with my one girlfriend and then met Taylor was very short-lived. Like, it was maybe a month, and I thought, I was like, I'm gonna be single for a long time and all this other shit. Yeah. And then I was like, this chick is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna pursue this.
Yeah.
So, and which she gives me shit about that sometimes. She's just like, you weren't single that long between periods. And I did. I'll tell her. She knows now. I lied to her.
What?
She goes, well, how long ago did you break up with your other girlfriend? I was like, oh, it was like 4 months ago.
Yeah. Because you didn't want to probably make her feel like she was a rebound or something like that.
Right. And
there's interesting things that you would skew perspective on to soften the it's so insane how different your initial conversation and I don't know, your initial image of yourself is presented to someone as opposed to knowing them a couple months, right? There's just as a culture and as a race, there's just so much into that first impression that you need it to.
It's super significant.
Yeah,
it's like our natural instincts also decides whether that person's you got rapport with them or not immediately.
Totally. And if you're not focusing on that, I feel like, or at least in my case, I was definitely focusing on my best foot forward when on dates. You just come off. You could just completely ruin a potential relationship or a potential connection because I don't know. You just had an off day and you said some stuff, or you were in a pissy mood and you're like, whatever. I don't know. And then, immediately you're just like, nah. And vice versa. That same person, you can't help it, but you have this first image of them. You're like, this is not working out. But they might be really cool, and you're just like, nah, fuck it. They said that weird thing about Spider-Man. I don't want to talk to him anymore.
So I was there's one thing I was listening to the other day about relationships that was saying that keeping that putting always your best foot forward when in the beginning of the relationship because you're trying to build up that huge rapport, if you can keep that going throughout your entire relationship, you know what I mean, then that builds that healthy marriage. That one where in the beginning stages, the first month, if she was like, hey, can you go grab the trash? And you're like, fuck yeah, I can grab the trash. I love you. You're like, I go and you go and grab it. And now, you get a little bit deeper and you're like, oh, I don't want to go grab the trash now or whatever. It's if you can just keep that, I'll do anything for you. That stage of I'll do anything for you. If you can keep that always going, like it was saying, then the relationship wise, it'll keep it extremely healthy because it's it keeps that perspective in your mind. It keeps that importance of who that person is to you always fresh.
It's really, that's really interesting. Sarah and I did that
like super like the first like 6-8 months. We describe this as building a very solid foundation, so that when we eventually had like an argument or something, like we had done such a great job of coming at each other with such love and care for those first 8 months. Like, not that we don't do now, but like we were just hyper focused on that for so long that we built such a great like trusting relationship and foundation that like we got to go back to that very frequently. And yeah, you make some really good points.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is that I am 110% truthful. I tell the truth when it's not even necessary. Like, and I don't sugarcoat it either. I'm just like, look, this is how this is what it is. I mean, granted, it's never anything like major, like crazy or anything of that sort. But like when I hear something that pertains to my wife and stuff like that, I'll just tell her, be like, look, I know this isn't easy news, but you know, I have had to break some tough news to her that I found out just between a lot of different things, you know. I don't want to get too specific, but
no, I gotcha.
I just didn't want to sit there and say, you know, hold that from her, because I never want to hold a secret, you know. I don't like, hey, I'm an open book, you know.
Here, so on that topic too, there's that, like, I feel like that's a really important key for relationships too. So I do that same thing because I feel like it's so important. I do that same thing with my wife too. And it could be like anything. It could be like like so honest, but I'm honest with myself that I'm going to speak out to her because I know that she's not a mind reader. Right. So I'll be like, you know, hey, I'm kind of feeling a little upset right now because I feel like this is also another tangent real quick, but women, people in relationships feel love differently. Like you were saying, Ian, that you don't like somebody that's so like hyper maintenance, needs a lot of showering constantly. So that's how some people feel loved, is through gifts. Some people feel loved through like affectionate touch, sex, call it whatever you want. They actually like, so that's how I feel my love personally. I feel my love whenever it's like she either makes out with me or we have sex. Then I feel really loved. But the way that she feels loved
completely different.
Is if I cuddle her, or if I do like little surprise, not so much gifts, but little surprises that feel like romantic to her. That's the way she feels love. So if I'm not doing that and I'm just delivering the way that I feel love, which is through sex, then she's not feeling love. She's not getting that same thing. You know what I mean?
We call that filling the buckets. Like, you need your bucket of happiness to be filled equally between both of you. And where a lot of people don't like recognize that, and they think that just their bucket is the way that is the bucket. Yeah,
right?
Totally
That's
right.
The way I feel love. So we all feel love that way. You know, it's like keeping that in mind. That was the tangent about feeling the different ways. But this goes back to my topic of I'm brutally honest with her too, because she's not a mind reader. That I have to sometimes be honest and say, hey, I feel like as of late, you know, we haven't had that much sex or this much sexual activity or this and whatever. And you know, just being that honest, being able to have that discussion allows us to kind of recognize, hey, that hasn't been happening in a relationship, and we need to keep working on that here or there, or whatever it is, you know.
Totally.
But having that, it's super important to have that honesty, because like I was saying, we're not mind readers, and it's not always, we feel love differently, and the other person might not be feeling loved even though you feel like you're giving it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's just not the way that they receive love. So always keeping that honesty, I feel like, no matter what, helps out with that relationship.
That's fascinating. It's not necessarily something you really think about during a dating experience either.
No, but you have to, because like if you're planning on, like my mentality got to the point where before Karina, it was just like, if I'm not seeing myself being with this person for the rest of my life, then I'm not going to waste any more time.
Right.
Then there's no point in me sitting here for 2 months, 1 month, or any of that if I really can't see myself being with this person for the rest of my life. So it was like relationships for me started to get to like 2 weeks. It was like 2 weeks was enough time for me to be able to say, yeah, not for life, no. And there's maybe for a little while, but not for life. Got to go, you know?
Right.
And it had to, because you have to be able to, like the discussions we're all talking about, it takes a lot.
Yeah,
true.
For sure.
What would be that first question that you would ask someone though?
Animaniacs, yay or nay?
Nay. It was okay.
Ian, get out.
I guess I can't date you, huh, Clay?
Yeah, no, you cannot. You're incompatible.
First question. I guess it wouldn't be like something that would, like, first, there would obviously be like shallow questions that would be asked first before the deep questions get asked.
Like,
But I
what
guess it
would
would
that
be like the
first
deep questions would be kind of like, what is it you want out of life?
I
You know,
think
like
mine-
it'll give me a better understanding of like what direction do you see yourself going?
Where do you
are we
see yourself in
going-
5 years?
Pretty much a question like that like says, do you even have an idea who you are and what you want to do and where you want to be? Because if you don't, like, then you're kind of still maybe moldable or not, like into my own thing. But I prefer you to have your own thing where it would line up together, where like my visions and my goals line up with yours too. Because then obviously we're moving in the same direction to some extent.
Okay.
People that don't have that, I kind of feel like it's like, I don't know. They just felt for me like they weren't taking life a little serious, I guess.
So we have to wrap up pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
Final thoughts. Ian, you were gonna say
I was just gonna say, I guess my first question would be is if they wanted kids or not. You know. some
oh
people
yeah,
want
that's a
them,
really good
you know?
one. Totally.
question.
Get that out of
Yeah.
the way because I knew I wanted kids. And if
Boom.
it was someone that didn't want kids, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, get out of here. My final thoughts would be I'm grateful for my wife.
Same.
I'm so happy.
Suck ups.
I'm just saying. I'm so happy. About
Yeah. To not be in the dating scene. All right, thanks David Fry for giving us that topic. We appreciate it. David Fry is a Patreon subscriber and a official Maelstrom gamer. Let's go to our final topic. It is a topic we like to hit every so often. It is called doing the news.
Doing the news.
So we're gonna have a couple things, and we just want to take a minute or two to discuss them and see what you guys think.
Okay.
There is a new off the bat. There's a new Call of Duty. Have you guys seen that? Infinite
One with
Warfare.
aliens, right?
I don't know about aliens, but there's certainly spaceship battles.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
You know,
I didn't know if they were aliens or not.
I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, and I mean, I don't know. I've really fallen off the map on that one. I don't enjoy them.
Black Ops 3 is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like it's a cool concept, but it's now just getting overplayed. Every year they come out, it's just new maps pretty much, and they might have a different new feature. And
I think it's a conspiracy theory to get us all prepared for a fake
war.
alien invasion. Yes.
All
And that'd be like, we got to now battle aliens outside. Everybody fund the military.
right, real quick.
just jump on your dragon, dude. You'll be good.
I'm gonna jump on the dragon.
Oh man, it's not even in here.
I think I'd be excited about Call of Duty. By the way, yeah. Anything with spaceship battles is where I'm at.
I want you to. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss a little bit my thoughts on it, but I'm also sending you a link. I want you to click on, and I want you to watch this trailer. It is for the new Battlefield coming out, and have you guys seen it?
No, but I love Battlefield. So.
Okay, so while you guys are watching this, I'm going to do my best to remember in editing to put the video up there so the people watching at home can see your reactions.
You got it.
Go ahead and
Alrighty.
watch
Hold
it.
up.
I'm going to start describing what my thoughts are on Call of Duty and where Battlefield's going, and then I'll get your guys' thoughts after the trailer's done.
I will be on in just a second. It still hasn't pulled it up.
Okay.
is that?
Ian, are you
Yeah, I'm
watching
trying to.
it?
No, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
You got to
It's
go all
just-
the way down to the end, and then...
It's like taking a long time to load on mine too. Go all the way to the end. Do this. Just roll that. Man, I've got to go take a dump.
It's cool to see some of that stuff come across in the multiplayer.
Hold on a second.
Okay, I'm gonna put
Where
myself.
I'm gonna mute myself too soon once I get to it. But it's still loading.
Is
I'm
it
so
really?
impatient. I'm so
Are
impatient.
all
to
you
get
guys
out.
still loading?
No, I think his is like kind of there.
Ian, yours is good? Okay.
Okay,
All right,
here it
Ian's
is.
watching.
He's-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Battlefield Hardline. Hardline is already out, is it not?
Wait, are you watching Battlefield? Ian, are you watching gameplay?
Yeah, is that the one? or
Yeah,
not?
I'm watching the gameplay actually.
All right, one second. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you sent the wrong link.
I might have.
Yeah, because this is just gameplay and dudes talking. Because we're way better than them.
Yeah.
Way fucking better than them.
We're way better.
Okay.
Way better
I
than
think
them.
I have.
Sent the
I
wrong
think I
link,
have it
bro.
correct.
Bro, you sent the wrong link.
I sent the wrong one. I apologize. Let's see if this
Way to fail.
Way to fail. GameSpot, here it is. Now we're gonna watch.
This has got to be it.
Reaction video right now. Bam.
It's the whispers of the old god.
say it's gonna have.
Okay, this is it. Okay, let me mute this so I can listen to this.
Okay, it's there's gonna be, I think, an advertisement.
Peggy 18.
Yeah. EA has officially announced
Actually,
the next
I don't
game
even
of
think-
Battlefield 2, Battlefield 1.
I don't even think we have to mute ourselves because the speaker won't go because we have headphones in, right?
Yeah, you're good.
No,
Okay, so
it
you
will
guys are
work.
watching it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk. So Call of Duty Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare, very interesting concept. I'm personally, they're going away from boots on the ground, and they're going into a more like a spaceship airfight, dogfight battle. I think that's really interesting. It's definitely it's a different direction, and I'm actually kind of surprised that they're actually going away from what they've done for so long, which is like military guns, fighting 1-on-1, 8-on-8, like person maps, and then going into more of a dogfighting type of game. It's fascinating. They've jumped so much. I don't even know where they go after that. Like they've gone complete. It looks like they're going complete vehicle combat, but I could be wrong. It certainly is the case in PvE. What they'll do in PvP, I'm not sure. Regardless, there's been a lot of future stuff coming out, and I would say I'm pretty fatigued on all the futuristic stuff. I mean, we have Halo, we have Destiny, we had Battlefield 4, we had Advanced Warfare, we had Titanfall. The future thing is getting a little old, and that's why I'm pretty excited about this trailer for Battlefield 1, because it's set in World War I, and Rocco and Ian are looking at it right now.
That was fucking cool.
You guys watched it?
Dude.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm a big fan of Battlefield games, like a huge fan, because I feel like they take strategy and take tactics, and World War I setting is going to be the shit.
Cool.
Like those planes,
trench clubs, and cougars,
dude.
and horses, and machetes.
So I saw horses, and I saw like this Native American / Indian guy coming out there, and it was like, what the?
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty cool.
That's why I was like, wait, what setting is this?
Yeah.
At first I was confused. It's like, are they mixing a few together? But it felt like it was still sticking around the World War I era.
World War I hasn't been done a lot, and I'm really glad that we're getting a modern take on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Very,
What
very
was
cool.
the Nazi big balloon weapon called? What was that? weapon?
Those were.
I keep the picture there at Battlefield. It was like
I
Oh
forget.
my
I mean,
God!
it was the big balloon. It was
Isn't
coming out.
it a Zeppelin?
yeah. I
No,
mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zeppelin.
yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, it's what would be
Very
the name
cool.
for it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That
so
game-
it looks like there's just, like you're gonna be flying Zeppelins. You're gonna be flying like old school like Red Baron
Yeah.
planes. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be really interesting, and I think it'd be really fun to go into there.
Did you see that one shot where he had like this big machine gun and he was putting on a mask, but it was like a ton of gas was all around?
Yeah,
That
that's-
whole environment
That's
looked
the
awesome.
yeah
That was gameplay right there, and that looked beautifully done.
yeah.
So-
I can't wait for that.
Not
Now-
tear gas, yellow, some kind of gas they used back in the day.
One
that
thing,
don't
real
use-
quick,
yeah.
Ian. Clay, when are you gonna suck it up and get yourself a PlayStation 4 so
Oh,
that
that
we
is
can...
everybody's
exactly what I was
asking
gonna
me
say.
this. Everybody's
Yeah,
asking me this.
But not only that, I believe that video that he sent us was a little biased because
Xbox.
it was an
Said Xbox.
Xbox.
I,
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
Xbox
I
is-
think it might be coming
Yeah.
on Xbox only.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, Battlefield wouldn't do that.
Dude, get PlayStation 4. We're all over here on Smite. Now we're gonna get on Overwatch. We've been playing the Division. You gotta do it, man. I see that grin. That grin's like, yeah, maybe.
Donate only $1, and we can start getting Clay a
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Can jump on, dude. It's easier to jump on with that when you get the family environment too, because they take less like time requirements.
It doesn't say if it's Xbox only, but
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Xbox
If
One,
we-
PC, PlayStation 4.
I say this: if we reach $100 a month, Clay
Yes.
has to video himself smashing his Xbox and buying a PlayStation.
Fine, yeah, we could put that up there.
Yeah, I think it's fun. We can put that out there.
There we go.
That would be hilarious. Okay, next up, skateboards on the freeway. A lot of people now, like, there's this weird trend.
What?
Yeah, with people getting their skateboards and flying on the freeway and holding onto different cars and just going from car
That's
to car.
the stupidest thing I heard in my life.
Yeah.
That does not sound like the stupidest thing in my life, because
Well-
I'm pretty sure that we had done that one for a little while.
That's why I'm saying it's the stupidest thing that we've probably
We
done.
call that street surfing, bro.
Yeah. On the
Well-
freeway? On 60 mile per hour
So
freeway?
not on
No.
the freeway.
Okay.
though.
Off of the back of our buddy Matu's Jeep.
Yeah, but that was still done. But I would never do that on the freeway. Never.
I'll tell you this. That was like the missed footage that I missed there was what I regret in life.
Yeah, me.
Is watching Rocco on the back with like a tow rope, and I'm sitting there videotaping him, and we have the back of my buddy's
surfing.
Jeep. Yeah,
Yep.
and I go to turn to look at the speedometer to show how fast we are, and I turn and look, and I see Rocco just bite it, and we were doing like 35 miles an hour.
That hurts.
Like about 30.
Sliding
yeah.
on my hands and sliding on my knees.
Yep. And I was just like, oh my.
Dude.
I think that's why I have knee problems, dude, because I slammed
man.
on the cement so hard.
All
It
right.
was crazy.
It was like a Target skateboard we were using.
I don't know. That's
It wasn't
dangerous,
like
man.
Don't do it.
That's dangerous. The getting on the skateboard and riding on the interstate, that's dangerous. That's you guys. That's too liberal. Get a little tone that part down, please.
The-
What the hell are you guys doing up there in Seattle?
I wanna
That's
talk
crazy.
Are you guys familiar with what the Met Gala was? The big
No.
fashion, like red carpet for fashion industry. Basically,
Okay.
it came out. It happened recently. Met Gala 2016. Madonna was dressed as Khaleesi, or in very inspired Khaleesi attire, which was interesting. But also, Tamagotchis became a fashion statement while out there with such stars as Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom sporting Tamagotchis as a fashion accessory. It was very interesting. I don't know
Dude,
where it's coming from or
Tamagotchis-
why it's even there, but
I'll tell you what. I've been in a Renaissance festival just the other weekend. What I kind of wish that we could get back to is like dressing up like really cool.
yeah.
Like
tuxedo?
just really being really cool dressed up, like being able like you go to somebody's house and you get like all these different cool. You like just look really cool. I feel like our style has been lost. Like we all look lame.
I'll be right back and continue on it. The final thing is Cruz drops out of the race.
Yep.
Discuss.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, discuss.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I kind of saw that. I think I saw something saying that like Trump was going to be the nomination for the Republican Party.
Which I think it's going to be a Hillary and Trump battle. I mean,
I think so too. Looking at what's going on, although there's like indictment process going on right now, there's 12 FBI agents investigating Hillary Clinton right now. There's that's a really bad situation when you got 12 FBI agents
and that's the thing.
investigating one of the presidential candidates.
How are you still able to run when you have this going on? That's just ridiculous, right?
To me, it's just kind of like
And
I
then
get
what-
that. It makes us sound like pro Bernie, which I am pro Bernie, and I guess I'm biased towards that. I am at least, but it's like still unbiased. How can we have a presidential candidate running that has, a like investigation going on that person?
And I've said this in past episodes. It's ridiculous. And what if she does? What if she is found guilty? What we have a criminal president? I mean, fuck,
exactly. Like, gonna be the first.
Give me a fucking break, And like I've told you guys before, that I am more Republican, but and I know you guys are Democratic. We've had those discussions, but we'll keep it very light. And if it is a Trump and Clinton battle, and if she is guilty, we'll have a criminal president. That's
We were
correct?
talking about because you walked away that he was saying, I was saying, I believe that Trump had won that. Or not won, but is going to be winning if he hasn't.
Oh
already
yeah,
won.
he's definitely gonna win. I don't think there's a chance.
And
that
then
he'll
the
have
other
a
one we were talking
contested.
about was like that. Ian said that it's probably most likely going to be Hillary and Trump.
Yep.
Which right now that's the way it's looking. I was like, except for the fact that she has 12 FBI agents that are investigating right now for possible indictment. So it's like that's ridiculous. I know that, and I understand that. I'm pro Bernie Sanders, so I'm going to be a bit biased there. But still, being unbiased, it's ridiculous that we have a presidential candidate that's running for office that has any FBI agents doing investigations, let alone 12 for serious condition or situation that had happened in the past. So it's kind of like
this email scandal, man. We can talk about it as a separate topic, but I have a hard time believing that. What do you guys even know what they are trying to figure out or why that's such a big deal?
Essentially, it's like that there was like that was allowed to have happened to cover up a scenario of exchange of oil for money kind of scenarios that were going down.
So that's
in
what
that.
there trying to find is that she is secretly selling oil to other people to get money.
They're trying to find that she had the knowledge that there was a knowledge of that attack going down
In Benghazi.
that she decided to to do nothing about it for other purposes, whatever that be. Like had turned a blind eye to it for the sake of the individual knew too much about what was happening on those deals going down.
Sure. I don't know.
Just turned a blind eye to it instead of doing something about it, which was what they're saying is obviously would have been the position that she should have took being a representative.
It will be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I guess that is the scenario
Yeah.
that they're looking into and doing an investigation upon. That's it, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised Cruz dropped out. I'm surprised that he ended his campaign.
I'm not
so
so here's some different things that I was hearing that they might possibly do is like if they're looking at like just what was his name?
Paul Ryan.
Yeah.
Bring him on.
Yeah, the GOP was thinking about just like nominating him.
They could, but I'm pretty sure they need a contested election, and to do that, you still need Cruz to and Kasich to take away votes from Trump.
I'm happy about Cruz too, though, because there was a lot of I get Trump and all that scenario, but the religious side of stuff, Cruz was a fanatic, and that makes me super nervous.
Yeah, but he wasn't gonna win.
No, I know he wasn't going to win. That's true. I get what you're saying. If you're looking at it from that scenario, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a possibility with Trump.
I can't endorse someone who's such a slime. The thing about it's never Trump's fault. He's always has an excuse.
So I don't like him at all either. But we also have to remember that there is a population out there that's clearly nominating him. He's not the problem. He's the solution to the problem right now.
Ironically, because they want someone who's anti-politic, that's doing everything politically in the book, promising things he can't contribute on, lying about a bunch of different stuff.
They all do that.
But that's my point. It's because the people who are voting for him and who are about him are he's different. He's not like that.
They're saying it's for those reasons.
Yeah,
but
and he's gonna do it's the same. It's the same situation where when Obama was elected, a certain section of people really thought things were going to change specifically for them, and they were very naive because nothing changed. Now, he still did a lot of things that I think are that I voted for him. It's not like he came in and lied to everybody. He still did stuff, but there's a group of people that think Trump is going to come in and do things differently, when in reality, God, they're going to be so shocked when he comes in and you blindly couldn't tell the difference between him and a different politician. He's still going to not be able to do all the things that he's promising. He's still going to work within the system. The system, and again, that's why a lot of Bernie Sanders people are like, look, the system is broken, and until you fix that, you will never have a candidate that people perceive Obama or Trump to actually be doing pre-presidential electing. So
yeah,
it
makes me nervous too. That makes me nervous.
He's just and I don't want to bully mean-spirited, bigot, xenophobic dude running the country. I don't want him to stand for me and what I believe in. So and I think that says a lot about us as a culture who elect someone like that.
That's why look at as us as a collective group of society. The fact that we have a one that could be a potential it's an FBI investigated possible criminal.
Yeah.
/ the other one is some narcissistic arrogant asshole bully. It's but these are our forerunners in the nation right now. Look at us as a nation. How
it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, if we were to look at it from the outside perspective, it's so shitty because it means that this is our options. This is what we have. Like I said, we're the problem essentially because we created these guys to be those solutions right now. Yeah. Where's the genuine people? Where's the people that are trying to make an actual difference?
Well, look, guys.
That's why I did like Bernie. That's why I'm saying I did like.
Not trying to make this. I'm not trying to make this just all political. But okay, we did run out of time. We do have to go. Once again, thank you, David Fry, for.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David Fry, for sending in money. $20 a month, Patreon subscriber, and official Maelstrom gamer. Come play with us, David. We want to say thank you to everybody joining us on this episode today. You can get all these episodes topic by topic, day by day, Monday through Friday on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MaelstromGamers channel. And then the full episode is on Saturday where you can watch it all. Follow us.
All.
Yeah, all. I just wanted to sign off real quick with a little personal message to my brother.
Oh! There you go.
Oh,
perfect. Yeah, so you guys can comment, like, subscribe. It's super important. It helps us out a ton. We'll have, this was your episode this week. We'll have another episode next week, same time, same channel. Until then, keep thinking about everything. Keep thinking about nothing. And it has been an honor to entertain you. Peace and take care.
See ya.
Maelstrom. Wiki, wiki. I'm telling you, you just got to keep up, keep on.
Oh man, I did it all days. I'm not gonna be able to do it this
All
weekend.
day, every day. That's what you do.
All day, every day.
Lift weights up and down, put them back down.
It's crazy. He's
Yeah.
going for the Olympics.
Going hard.
He's gonna be the
I'm gonna be like,
oldest.
welcome to T-Mobile. Wake up T-Mobile.
What is that?
Boss, I broke another one. Oh, it's Kevin Hart. It's a person you don't watch.
It's a person you don't watch.
He's like, you remember he's talking to me, he's like, I hate big
Yeah, you're right.
dudes. Big dudes that are big for no fucking reason. Like, I understand if you're like going for, I am going for a strongman competition. I'm training for the Olympics. But if you're big for no fucking reason, he's like, you just work at T-Mobile, like, hey, welcome to T-Mobile. He's like, you break your fucking headset from going like that. He's like, he's like,
Yeah.
boss, I broke another one. This is the way he's like, well, you're big for no fucking reason. He's like, I just want to go up to him and be like, go, you won. Get out of here. He's like,
You won it all. Just
You
get
won
out.
So are you going to be that guy, like, at the pharmacy? Like, here's your stuff in your bag. Like, just shove it in their face?
I need that strength to freaking move the pill. No, I'm going more for cut. I'm doing like doing a lot more reps and stuff like that
Got it.
for weight.
But just try to do something different for your biceps, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna figure out. I've been like
for the
watching
burn
some
quick,
YouTube
yeah.
videos and everything, and so
It's already installed, so I'm good.
Telling you what happened. It'll happen. You'll like it. You'll be like, yay.
yeah. But I heard if you want that like that cut like right here, you have to do your shoulders.
Hell yeah, you got to do your
You
shoulders,
got to
boy.
do this exercise, right, Rocco? You gotta
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I fucking hate that
Yes,
one.
sir.
Yeah, dude. There's, like...
It's like right here.
Yeah.
too.
You can do it in front too, and well, actually, that one's a different part of the shoulder. But yeah, so
There's
Oh,
an
yeah,
image in high school, I remember, and that guy had, like, just a ripped shoulder. And that
That's-
was my motivation. I was like,
That's
I
me.
want to look like that. Like,
my shoulders. That's my shoulders.
Nice.
That's my shoulder.
Nice.
It was Rocco. It was actually a picture of Rocco.
Not the rest of my body, but my shoulders.
when he
at
was
least.
18. And I was like, I don't know who this kid is, but those shoulders are nasty, and I want them. God, we have been streaming a ton. Dark Souls, Division,
Yeah.
Overwatch is coming down the pipe. We're doing League
Smite
of Legends
too as well.
What is it?
Smite.
Smite. Yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot of different games. We want to hear from you, but we also want to play with you. We're not
Yeah.
the best, but we're certainly not the worst. We are entertaining, and we want to play with you guys because that's entertaining. So hop on, be a Maelstrom Gamer, play with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Let's get started because that was a long-winded intro.
And about that one, I know that we said we were going to put it up there somewhere, but my what do you call those? Your tag, your whatever.
Yeah, your gamer tag.
Gamer
Your
tag.
handle too,
Handle,
or whatever.
yeah.
Mine's Asun. If you guys want to invite me on PlayStation 4, that's AESUN. So
What
do
I'll
that
do
one.
is I'll start putting those in the comments below.
I'm not
You got
throwing
it.
mine out there. I'm actually gonna change mine. So
We all
I made
know
mine
yours.
when I was like 16. So
Oh, what is it? So
Oh,
it's like
there goes
420
Steve.
X
No.
big
No,
X.
I'm not saying it. It's all good.
I'm saying
I'm
it.
changing it.
Abusive 69.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
I'm
get
using
it.
69 XX 420.
Yeah, XX 420,
Yes,
like
XX420.
triple big. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here.
All right,
Before I cross that line.
let's get this started, David Fry.
Yeah.
My topic was when I went to go see the Marvel movie called Civil War. I don't know if you guys heard of this.
No. What movie is that?
Yeah.
Is that a new franchise?
It's a brand new franchise from these little comic book creator guys.
Very interesting.
Nobody
Nice.
big or anything. But when I was going there, I realized I went with like 3 other people, and just that alone, I realized that everybody had a different way of going about their movie experience, and it starts from the inception of deciding that you want to go to get a movie, go to see
Yep.
a movie, to the very end, right? So
Yep.
let me just kind of paint you a tiny picture as to what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because I want to ask you guys what your ideal movie experience is.
Okay.
And I know this might not be interesting maybe to some, but I think it's fascinating to see like for instance, there's like the way you get tickets. Like I personally don't care about getting tickets beforehand. I get tickets when I get there, but there's a group of people who are buying tickets like religious.
Story.
Yes.
I was like, I sure did.
That's awesome.
That's good.
So look, David Fry, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And look, if you guys want to be a David Fry, it's very simple. You can go on to patreon.com and you can throw us a couple dollars, as little as $1, as much as like David Fry did, $20.
Yep.
And each different level will give you different rewards. For instance, David Fry's going to get his name just thrown over all of this episode and a bunch of other stuff. But it's okay. You can just give us this little dollar and then we can give you the episode early. On top of that, you can go onto YouTube and throw us just some money, not wanting rewards because YouTube's fun like that. And if you don't have money, that's cool too. You can still be a great Maelstrom Gamer supporter by going on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. Support, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We would really appreciate it. And actually, like, the more I say this, I feel like the more people are doing it, and we're getting some really great comments, whether it's League of Legends, whether it's Flat Earth, whether it's politics, what have you. We've been getting a lot of great comments and discussions going on. So it's really cool. And then when we respond, it's really just Maelstrom Gamers, and I don't know which one of us is the Maelstrom Gamer that is responding, but I can kind of tell on tone and, like, who's being
me
a
too.
dick.
It's still like it's the mystery because any one of us could be the one that's replying back, but we have to like read into the message and be like, I gotta figure out who it is.
Yeah. Like,
That
I
one's
know it's Steve. Yeah, I know it's
That one's
Steve
me.
when someone's like, "This is dumb." I'd be like, "Well, you're an idiot," and like, I'm like, "All right, well, Steve responded
That's
to that
There's
one."
Steve.
And then
That's
like,
Steve.
I try to be more like, I'm like, "Well, thank you for the comments." Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, you know, try to-
That would be Clay.
yeah. So you guys can figure that out too. It's a fun little game.
I mean, we could do that, or we could just put like hashtag Steven, or
sure.
I mean, what do you want?
I'm just gonna.
Or is it just
hashtag
fun
Steve.
just figuring out who it is?
Yeah, it might be just
Leave
fun
it as a
trying to figure
mystery.
out. Yeah, leave it as
Okay.
a mystery.
I'm just
Look,
gonna be a big asshole now to everyone. Be like, oh, that was Steve.
No.
And if you like what you're seeing and like what you're hearing, you guys can also watch us play video games on Twitch sometimes, but mainly it's on YouTube, on our youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel.
I think
You just
it's
made it all
far enough.
awkward, Steve.
Yeah.
You just made it awkward.
a
Now there's
little
that
nervous.
silence.
I had a chub.
Brought
and you
the
just ruined
brought
it.
the show to a screeching
No.
halt, man.
I feel strange now.
And last but certainly not least, we have the former man formerly known as the Enigma.
He's looking this up on his phone right now. He's like, I typed up the summary really good.
No, I completely forgot. Ian, you like texted me a really funny nickname, and I forget what it was.
Oh, the wild card.
The wild
Yes,
card.
that's a good one. That's a good
Wild
one. I like
card
that one.
bitches. Ian Kane.
That's
The
right.
wild
What's up,
card.
guys? Oh, gotta do my bow. Bam.
Yeah. I
Guys,
like
This
that,
is
the
a very
wild card.
special episode. This is completely sponsored and brought to you by Sir David Fry.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely true.
He's been knighted.
He has been knighted by the Maelstrom
Knight.
Gamers. Guys, he's officially the first extra Maelstrom Gamer that we've ever had that has supported us. He put $20 into the patreon.com fund.
Got it.
And
Yes.
with that gets a slew of things, okay, including not like just
Unlimited
nonstop
too.
non-stop shout-outs of his name during this episode, David Fry. And on top of that, he gets the episodes early, and then David Fry also gets to hop on to Skype before we even start this podcast and gets to talk to us, David Fry. So this is going to be
Nice.
great, and I'm really excited for David Fry to have done
Is he getting
that.
on? Like
And
now?
not right now, but whenever he wants. If he wants to wake
Okay.
up at, I guess his time would be 8 in the morning.
That
when
would
we
be
film
awesome.
it.
Have him on for a special guest.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He gets it, man. So he put $20 a month. He's gonna get all these rewards every
Right.
month.
You
So
got
at least one episode a month, David Fry will be brought to you by David Fry. So thank you, David Fry, and thank you for becoming a Maelstrom Gamer. So hopefully
Yes,
we
thank
can,
you so much.
yeah,
And
we
go
really
fuck yourself,
appreciate it.
David.
It was
Uh-oh.
super cool. I also
There you go.
heard David Fry has a beard, which I'm
Yes.
really like proud
Wait,
of.
is this the same David Fry that shit his pants? That one David Fry?
Yes.
We're not
Okay, just checking.
We're not gonna talk about David Fry like that.
Yeah, David
Okay,
Fry,
he's
the
David
most
Fry
amazing-
doesn't shit his
the
pants. I
most-
mean,
the
unless
most
David Fry
amazing man in
wants
the
to shit
world.
his pants. But beyond
He
that,
wants to
like,
shit his pants. He can
The
shit
best
his
part
pants.
is he called me up. He's like, "You used my fucking stuff."
yeah.
God.
Speaking of nasty, those are pretty nasty headphones you have on.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Dr. Dre. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna tell you in your face. Boom, boom, boom. He's
shit.
got that blue like his eyes, and boom, boom, boom. Cause he's a crystal in the skies. I'm gonna tell you.
I that was really nice. Can you sign us off like that?
Sure. Let's
Okay.
try.
This whole podcast, I want you to think about what you're going to be saying, but I want you to beatbox us
He's gonna be
out.
so nervous now.
And I will
I'm gonna be so nervous now.
The
I'll be
whole time we're like, Rocco,
oh,
what you think about this? You'd be like, I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
Guys, I saw Marvel Civil War last night.
Okay.
Ah,
I talked to a guy at Home
Did you
Depot
just
said
come?
he saw it too.
It's amazing.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
It
That's
is
what he said.
absolutely amazing.
If it reaches a Clay seal of approval, then it's gonna be even more amazing.
Boom!
go.
Clay Civil approval. It is amazing.
Seal of approval.
Yep.
Done and done.
You guys ready to start this?
Start this thing.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hosts with the mostest, your friendly neighborhood podcaster, Clayton Kisco, and I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom gamers.
Yes.
With us on this podcast, we have the bad boy himself, Cop Show's #1 fan, Mr. Olympia, Steve Landis.
I like it. I feel like it should
Good.
be an
Next up is the heartthrob. Every
That's
man
right.
wants to be him and every girl wants to be with him,
And
a.k.a.
on.
backdoor, a.k.a. headphones,
AKA slick hair.
a.k.a. slick hair.
AKA makes the 4 eyes look good. AKA blue earphones looking, I don't know.
a.k.a. earmuffs, Rocco Avellino.
AKA big mug of coffee.
Yeah.
AKA big giant dildo, Mike.
Uh-oh, that's true.
That's too
just,
far.
Too far, Steve.
Too far.
Way too far.